your connection too. Bam, we're live. Just like that. Barry McCockner, hi. Sarah Cooper, Kenneth DeLapp. Enormous tits. Mike Coyle, Jordan Barotaran. Did this just get moved to this afternoon? Does not, no. My screen says 2 p.m. Oh, that's weird. Mad Marvel, let's go. I have church in a few. Okay, listen. I've been thinking, it hit me pretty hard when I saw that the Republicans didn't own a single slave. It was fascinating to me. Whenever it's taught to us, it's always taught to us like the North and the South. And then I was thinking, like, I'm not trying to get anyone to be a Republican. I'm not interested in like anyone to become a Republican. I want to just make sure that no one has that misunderstood. What I'm saying is that there's this other party, there's this other group of people, there's this groupthink that is just straight scary out there. This whole thing with the I love Marv's picture, by the way. Whenever I see it, I want to go there.
Vacation advertisement for sure.
Oh yeah, it is, right?
Sandals.
Yeah, clean water.
Couples reconnect.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Where Caleb and Sevan can patch up their differences.
It's gonna take a long vacation.
Long one. It's one thing after another, and at some point you just have to tiptoe out of the room. And I don't want to be an alarmist, but I think we've so a couple of years ago it was like, or 5 or 10 years ago, and I was a Democrat. It was like, hey, the Democrats are pedophiles, and it was like supposed to be conspiracy theory shit. And then there was all sorts of weird shit happening, and then there was the Epstein Island, right? That was weird. That's weird. Yeah. I have to lump that up with kind of like the Democrats, like that's your thing, like that's your guy, right? But he hung out with Trump. Yeah, I know rich people hang out together, but I'm gonna bear with me here. I'm gonna lump them up with the Democrats. And now the Center of Disease Control. Well, first of all, you heard the question I asked the cop we had on yesterday, right, Blade, who everyone adores. Is pedophilia illegal? I mean, it's illegal, right? I mean, I guess I've never gone and looked in the law books, but pedophilia is illegal. You're not supposed. You can't have. Where do you draw the line, by the way? Does anyone know? I know it's not a comfortable subject, but can a 25-year-old French kiss a 16-year-old?
No, it's getting a little weird.
Nope.
That's against the law, right?
Yeah, I think you got like 1 year removed from high school in my book. Like you were a senior, she was a junior, you were dating.
I get the age thing, but like, what do you have to do with them? Like, is it the first base, second base, third base?
First base.
First base.
Halfway to first base.
Yeah, halfway to first base, right? So you can't even be like talk. I wonder if you can even ask them out.
No.
Okay, good. Well, good. That makes
quarter of the way to first base.
That makes me exceedingly happy.
No bases. You can't even go tailgate.
So even if you're going to talk to kids about sex, it can be argued that you're beating around the bush to engage in sex with them, even under the guise of like sexual education. But I don't want to sway too far off the subject here. The CDC, and I got tons of clips I'm going to show you throughout the show, is condoning babies being forced, and I say forced in the highest sense because it's for survival, right? If I put a gun to your head and I said, if you don't do jumping jacks, I'm going to kill you. Am I forcing you to do jumping jacks?
Yeah, for sure.
And if I put you in a room and I tell you I'm not going to feed you unless you sing A, B, C, D, the ABCs, I'm forcing you to sing the ABCs, right? Would you say that's fair?
Mm-hmm.
At that point, if it's for food, it becomes life or death. I'd say it's forced.
Yeah.
It's like kind of the step beyond coercion. how is the CDC condoning and encouraging and supporting babies suckling on men's tits, on men's breasts?
Under the guise of health equity.
That's straight pedophilia, right?
Absolutely.
And so and here's where it gets kind of like weird. Listen very carefully. By the way, if you want to see a congregation of CrossFit's biggest morons, go over to Andrew Hiller's video about Greg Glassman and broken science.
Oh my gosh.
In that YouTube section, in that comment section, you will see the largest congregation of morons ever.
It explains perfectly how we got this far.
It's like Hiller blew a whistle and all the fucking idiots came to the comment section. Dude, Greg Glassman is offering you tools to question science. And if you're not questioning science, it's not science. And if there's censorship, it's not science. And if it doesn't have predictive value, it's not science. Those are like some of the foundational elements of what makes science. Science allows you to identify it. It's just like there's things, characteristics that a dog has. Oh, great. I'd love an opportunity to explain why many of the statements by Greg and Briggs are fundamentally flawed, yet designed to resonate with people's beliefs. Holy shit. But it's impossible through the comment section. If you could hold a live stream or anything where we could have a discussion, I could at least attempt to portray a different opinion. Well, at least there's science, right? At least, like, I have been a part of peer review process, and there you go. And there you go. There's the crack in the dam. Peer review process. I've developed models as part of my research and continue to do it daily. All red flags. There it is. All massive red flags. There's no consensus in science. As soon as you hear consensus, it's toast. That's not a component. That's like, I mean, for small talk, that's good. Hey, me and Caleb and Matt all agreed that we saw the apple fall out of the tree and it fell straight down. If I'm never given the opportunity to talk with you, Andrew, here's a summary. All models are wrong. Some are useful. Dude, that is exactly what Briggs and Greg are saying. That's the irony. This guy totally misses the fucking point. No one is suggesting that there's truth. There's the pursuit of truth. And when you stop the pursuit of truth, you've lost science.
Yep.
There's nothing definitive or immutable. There's no anyone who thinks there's no science in psychiatry. We'll get to that in a minute. Zero. There's never has been any science in psychiatry. There is no science. It's tinkering at best. There's no science there. There's nothing offering any significant predictive value. Holy fuck! It is so bad over there. It is so bad in that comment section. I was going to go back in there again this morning, and I'm like, do not go in there. It is fucking moron central.
This next one's even better.
This kind of presentation would have impressed me when I was 18 years old with all the jargon. And she hasn't said anything. You know jargon is jargon, right? The word jargon is jargon. Now with a bachelor's degree and master's degree under my belt and understanding of the scientific research process, holy fuck. Do you not realize you just admitted you've been indoctrinated? Holy fuck.
Do you assume
she
that
didn't even say anything? Why would you even write that? Why wouldn't you just point to one thing and be like, hey, predictive value, because it was talked about ad nauseum at that event. Predictive value is not a foundational element of science. Even if something has no predictive value, it still is science. And then give us two examples. Christine, I mean, God, it is a complete congregation of morons.
I don't think Christina or Nick, our other commenter up there, are you assume that they've consumed a lot of Greg Glassman's stuff already? Like they've gone to the Broken Science YouTube and they've watched all the lectures and then they've really, or do you think they're just taking Andrew's video, which doesn't show the lectures, it just kind of encapsulates how the process was or what was going on the whole day. Yeah. And then these two just take those sound bites and then interject all this.
Which is even more proof of how stupid they are.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is even more stupid.
That's my point. Like if she referenced something, she's like, well, this is a little obscure, but it's one at Hillsdale was better. And you're like, oh, okay. She's like, she knows the lecture. She knows what she's like, studied the material a little bit. That shows none of that.
There's no one in the scientific journal space who has faith in the journals, by the way. There's no CEO, there's no editor of the journal. They all know. You can find it, you can start Googling it. The most famous editors of the most famous journals, from the New England Journal of Medicine to the American Journal of Medicine to the British Medical Journal, they all know that more than 50% of what's in the journals is hogwash. That it's not science. It's all falsification and corruption and things that don't replicate. These people have all outsourced their own observational skills and discernment. They've fucking outsourced them. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, that's what a master's degree is for many people. They've outsourced their discernment and their observation skills. It is nuts. All Greg is doing is giving you the tools so that you don't say stupid stuff like those people are saying in the YouTube comments. That's all broken science is. They're not pointing at, like, don't get. Here's the thing. If you went to that lecture and you're like, wow, these guys are climate deniers, you totally missed the complete fucking subject. They're giving you the tools to point at stuff, to point back at them, that they're full of shit. They're giving you the tools to just look at stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's thank you, Eaton Beaver. Here's my tithing for Sunday services. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Be blessed, child.
Yeah, that's why they all do it. Well said, Audrey. I got my master's degree because I was told I would make more money. I fell for it. That's what happens when you're from a college town. Well, the thing is, too, is a lot of those jobs you can go make more money or get the job, but they won't be fulfilling jobs, and there'll be jobs where you're just towing the line. You're arguing the dumbest shit. Okay. And it also scares me because I'm thinking to myself, what have these people been doing for the last 2 years? And now I know why these people think. They think if the CDC says it's okay for men to breastfeed, that it's not pedophilia. It's those people. What?
I said, look no further.
Yeah.
CDC said it's good. We're good. Don't question it.
Hey, it's consensus. It's consensus over at the CDC.
We all agree.
Do you think that girl's a pedophile, that Christine girl?
No, but I think she's confused.
Because it's not algebra, right? It doesn't work like if you agree with everything. Yeah.
Only if you could like remove yourself from that crowd and just kind of sit up on a perch and just observe for a little bit. With like, just empty your mind of all the shit that's been, her master's and her bachelor's and all that. Just empty your mind for a minute, just observe. And then I think you might come to a different conclusion. It's kind of weird that dudes are breastfeeding.
If you're listening to this and you just think that there's any chance that I'm wrong, I want you to sit down with a couple dudes and just start asking dudes some like really benign questions that you don't think are like a big deal. Men don't do things. I would propose to you that a man who says he wants to experience what it's like bonding with a child because that they and so they want any man who has any desire to feed a child through like wearing those fake breasts, or who wants to bond with a child and wants to feed the child the bottle and all that, something is wrong with your dude. On any level. It's not I would like to know what the thought is that comes before that thought.
What do you think about the dudes who want to experience childbirth, like where they put the little electrodes on their stomach and then they experience the pain of childbirth? What do you think?
My immediate thought is that something some woman came up with, and it's a way of emasculating men, right? It's like you have no idea what it's like to be a woman. Oh, wait till we get to Tia's post. Holy shit!
You could also do that by just having Chipotle.
Poor Tia. Along that line. Yeah. There you go. Well said.
Hot sauce.
Something's not right. Guys don't work like that. Sevan, you can't speak for all guys. I can speak for a lot of us.
We're pretty simple.
Yeah, we don't work like that. We're not we could be curious. You know what I mean? And like we could be like, I wonder what it's like to like when I was thinking about being in that submarine, I wanted to throw up. You know what I mean? Like we can empathize. Like I started thinking about it so much, I'm like, I better stop thinking about that. I'm gonna make myself sick. You know what I mean? Being trapped in the sub and finding out it's not working so good and you're not coming up.
Nope. Don't want to go there. Very cool. Inside that little ass box sitting next to a bunch of other people.
You know the video that you watched this morning with the train?
Yeah.
The guy who made that video, he was supposed to be in that boat.
Oh,
no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got offered to go into that ship, MrBeast.
Yeah, that's right. Dodge that bullet, huh?
Massive.
Anyway, there's going to be so much. It's really time to not be a Democrat. It really is. Like if you have Democrat friends, it's like it's almost time to like, ask them to explain this. This one's off the fucking reservation. This anyway. If there's anything I want to go through a shitload of these today. Yeah. Do you think I was looking, do you think MrBeast is a tranny? MrBeast is a trip.
There was a guy in that video that looked like a tranny, but I don't think it was MrBeast.
Something's wrong with something is wrong with MrBeast though.
Have you watched interviews of his?
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with him.
You know?
I mean, I think he's really dedicated to his work, like so much so that could lead to an issue, but I don't think there's. I mean, one of his buddies.
Think he's got it under control.
It's hard to tell.
I guess here's the thing too, and this is going back to the science thing. There's no one who's going to be so successful like that who's going to be normal. That just doesn't happen.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Right? LeBron's not normal. Biden's not normal. MrBeast isn't normal. The Rock isn't normal. Like, there's no one who's like.
Yeah, you start to live in this world where people treat you completely differently. So you have like this really like you lose tether to reality a little bit.
Or you're just going out on a place that other people don't want to go or afraid to go. Einstein, Darwin, like you're not coming up with new good shit or living on the edge of being just a normal Joe. So of course there's gonna be ding dongs like me who are like, "Hey, you're not normal." Well, yeah, of course I'm not normal. That's the largest YouTube station there is.
Yeah. 165 or 68 million subscribers.
I think that's the only second time I've ever been to that station was today. And the fucking video was mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the
so fast paced.
Yeah, it's incredible.
He like studies that shit.
It's like a little kid's wet dream, that video. If we played that even for 2 seconds, does everyone at YouTube just love him too?
I'm sure.
Probably.
Hey. Oh, hold on. I have the volume turned down. Caller. Hi.
Incredible. Sevan.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm excited. I got an ant farm yesterday, and I built it with my kids. And I know where there's
you
some
got
red
an ant farm?
Yeah. And
no way.
And I know where
like real ants or red ants? Black ants? Red ants?
We're going to go get red ants today. I'm pretty excited. By the tennis courts.
Oh, man. Red ants might kill all the other ants.
It happens. It happens. What's up with you? What are you? Where are you? You on a train? You on a subway?
No.
Okay.
I'm at home. I don't know why I called.
Oh, that's cool. I don't know why I'm doing a show. We're fucking on the same page.
I'm watching you guys on the fucking TV, and I see Sousa not wearing my sweatshirt.
Who is
and,
this?
What?
Who is this?
What?
This is Mike.
What?
Mike who?
Just going up to read the last name. So I don't get it
Mike
wrong.
McCaskey? Is this Mike McCaskey?
Yeah, it's Mike McCaskey. It's me. Totally me.
Who the fuck?
No, who the fuck is Mike McCaskey?
The buff guy in the comment section. Who is this?
Sandone.
Oh, Sandone. Where's oh
and he's
shit.
buff as shit.
Oh my god, Mike. You got swole too. You got swole-itis.
No, not anymore.
Oh.
That's old pick.
I did Cindy every day for the last 6 months. I no longer have swollitis. What do you think about men who do you think breastfeeding is appropriate? Men should be breastfeeding babies, forcing babies to suck on their titties. God,
no,
this
man, that's
connection's
fucking
horrible.
ridiculous.
Okay,
That's fucking ridiculous.
is your computer on or something? This connection is horrible. Are you sure you're not on the moon?
No, I don't have a computer. I'm watching you on TV, but I'm talking to you on the phone.
Is it
That's
is
why.
it turned the volume turned off on the TV?
Yeah,
No, it wasn't. Liar.
I'm not fucking stupid, dude.
All right, fine.
Starting to sound like it.
You can't fucking breastfeed a baby if you're a dude.
I agree. It should be. I
These
think it should be
fucking people are
illegal.
ridiculous.
I think it should be
I'm
illegal.
fucking tired of this shit.
Yeah. Do you know why? I think
It's so
it should-
fucking dumb.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for calling. That was fun.
He might be. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
I could have kept you on longer, dude. It's so hard to. Anyway, let's go to 115. This is once again, this is not a Republican show. This is just an anti-Democrat show. It's just time. It's time for them to just go away. It's time to just not go away. I'm sure there's tons of Republican pedophiles. I don't know any that are trying to make it legal. None.
There's a paywall on this one.
Oh, okay. Basically, that one. Sorry, it's weird. It played for me. And I know I didn't pay to get behind the paywall. Basically, I just saw Trump is really laying down. Trump is so different than the other politicians because he actually says what he's going to do. So he says, "Hey, I'm going to become president, and I'm going to tell China that if they don't get their spy shit off of Cuba, we're going to put 100% tariffs on everything." I'm like, okay. There's like no one else who's running for office actually tells you what they're going to do. He says, "Hey, I'm going to run for office and I'm going to go into the higher education system and I'm going to route out all DEI departments." It's like, okay, cool. I like that. Like, I know what you're going to do.
Yeah. I don't know. I always have a hard time trusting any of them that say anything.
It doesn't matter whether you. I agree. Different subject, but the other guys don't even say anything.
Well,
They
can't.
say stuff like I'm going to send $100 million or $100 billion to Africa to fight AIDS. Holy shit! So just like Ukraine was money laundering, AIDS to Africa was money laundering.
Hunter Biden's art is money laundering.
God, I'm fucking so slow to the
That's why
gun.
it's money laundering. It's legal. It's the only legal way to do it.
Hey, I don't need any banning of the 49ers. Is Trump going to ban the 49ers? I don't want the 49ers to be banned.
That would have been an interesting thing, is like when that came out, and if he was president again, well, how would have that gone?
Well, he did say that they did
it.
say he wouldn't have forced it. They did say that.
It's easy to say it when you're not, you know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
When you're not at the helm anymore, then I could say whatever. I just wait for you to make a move and be like, "Yep, wouldn't have done that." It's like, well, you're not in charge. It doesn't matter.
114, MrBeast.
Hey,
I
you
just
more
wanted-
a DeSantis guy or a Trump dude?
Say it again.
Are you more like a DeSantis guy, or are you more of like a Trump guy?
I don't think I'm
Having to-
either. I don't think I'm either. I think I'm just like you can't have any Democrats in office anywhere.
I thought you were gonna pull audible and say you were a Vivek guy.
I do like Vivek.
I like him the most too.
I do like Vivek. Hey, can we scroll down? I just want to show you guys this video. It's kind of
35 million.
it's kind of like he broke the. Oh, it's collecting 1 million views per hour.
Faster than that. 35 million versus 22 hours.
It's like he broke the code. This video has everything. It says train versus giant pit, but it's a video that's like 10 or 11 minutes long, and like he blows up a house, he drives a train into a hole, he has a tank and fight 2 school buses, and it's like you can't even believe how much shit is going on.
Yeah. It's insane.
It is truly insane. Oh, he puts out a video once a month?
Probably
too.
I I mean, they take so long to work on them. Like, it's insane.
That video looked like it cost a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All
He
those
said that he's-
fireworks.
He said that he's poured almost 100% of all the money he's ever made just back into the next video.
Yeah,
So
that video looks like it cost $10 million to make.
Yeah, so he's like, if I make 10 million this month, we have a budget for 10 million for our video next month. And then if that video makes us 12 million, our next budget is 12 million. And like, he's just been doing that for 5 years.
In one segment in this video, he fills an entire house up with fireworks just to see what would happen. Yeah, where did he get a train at? Yeah, there's the house. They fill that
Or
house
a
up with.
tank, dude. That tank is.
Yeah, where did he get the tank at? Yeah.
They put a car there too. Mercedes. I was listening to one of the interviews with him, and he was talking about just the storyboarding process of the videos for their ideas. Is it very extensive? And they'll A/B test a shitload of thumbnails on his other channels just to get the thumbnail right for this channel. So it might be like 5 or 6 thumbnails where they test different stuff, like for this one, specifically for this.
I forgot about this. They have a jet car that shoots over like. Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. It's wild. I can't even believe there's actually a video like this. It's like there used to be these shows called That's Incredible when I was a kid. And it's like the entire 5 seasons of That's Incredible in 11 minutes. The shit they show you. Each one of these could have been a 30-minute video. He could have milked it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dude, is MrBeast burger concept too. Do you know about that?
No. What is
During
it?
the pandemic, he just made an online only burger like restaurant, for lack of better words. And then you could, if you were a restaurant with a kitchen, you could franchise his ingredients, his packaging and everything. And then when it shows up on DoorDash, it shows that you're a MrBeast restaurant. And there was hundreds of restaurants that came out during the pandemic and said, MrBeast Burger saved our restaurant. Like
No shit.
The roof. And then he has another thing called Feastables, which he's essentially trying to take down Hershey's chocolate. And then that's not even including his merch, which is just insane. The MrBeast store or MrBeast.store or whatever. It's crazy, dude. Like this.
And then he has this, I guess he has a Spanish channel or other foreign language channels that are equivalent to his main channel.
I would say he's worth $10 billion.
Didn't somebody try to buy him out?
For $1 billion, yeah.
Yeah, and
Who
he's like,
did?
dude, no way.
I forget which company, but yeah, somebody offered him $1 billion for like his whole package, like all his stuff, his channels, his.
What's crazy is he never pops up any. Like I never hear about him. I know nothing about him. Like this is like, the only reason why I know this is in our thread. Someone sent that video, the train video today,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that's like the second time I've heard of him. The first time I heard of him was like a few months ago when he was on Joe Rogan.
He knows his audience, like you said. A 10-year-old boy's what dream, right?
Yeah, totally. Oh my god,
that's his audience, dude.
oh my god, I can't wait to show my boys and see what they think of him.
Oh, they'll love it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, interesting. MrBeast. Yeah.
Did you?
I don't have time for it, but what?
I think you would like this. Have you seen the early stuff that he did when he committed to counting from 1 to 100,000 live? Like not live, but just filmed the whole thing and then posted it. It's a 24-hour long video.
I think I did see that.
Yeah,
I think I heard about it on Rogan. I just saw a bunch of clips when he was on Rogan, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's a trip."
Yeah, I just figured you would like that type of stuff because just committing to these ridiculous tasks.
He's a big charity guy.
Mm-hmm.
He cured like 1,000 people of blindness or something, and then people ripped on him for it. They're like, "What the fuck?"
It was the same crowd that was in Hiller's comment section.
Exactly.
There were some things that he was saying about charity that made me a little suspect. I didn't hear. I like the idea of curing 1,000 people of blindness, but there were some things. Okay. I don't know enough about him. I don't know if I have time to dig into him. You learned all that from the Rogan podcast, Sousa, about him?
No, I've watched a couple different interviews with him. I didn't actually watch the Rogan one.
Does he have a girlfriend?
Did. I don't know if he still does. Some super hot chick from South Africa.
Oh, really?
Also just a boss. Yeah. Owns like some companies and stuff like that.
Vivek took grants from George Soros' Open Society Foundation, was listed as a member of the WEF Young Leaders for years before he finally sued them during the campaign to take his name off the list. Mad Marv, do people realize hatred of Trump is based upon the media and politicians that lied to us about him? No. That's why those videos are so funny when they ask you, why do you hate Trump? And then people try to explain it. It's fucking ridiculous. And the way he fought against the machine we once trusted, Americans suffer from Stockholm syndrome. Yeah, dude, it's so fucking hard to realize. Imagine realizing it's so hard. It's the same thing. All those people in the comments and Hiller's comments, the reason why they're so defensive like that and they don't say anything and they start attacking is because they would have to realize that, oh shit, there's no one taking care of me. If I get sick, it's all on me. It's like those people who can't believe, they believe that the way to cure type 2 diabetes is to go to the doctor and get on the medication and start dialysis and metformin and all that shit. They're the zero accountability, zero responsibility people. Zero. They're and I can totally empathize with it. They're terrified that, oh my God, it really is all on me. It's too much accountability and personal responsibility to fall on them all at once.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they just have the whole curtain lifted up. His interview with Andrew Schultz is really good. It's just long as shit.
I didn't see that one.
Everything I see Andrew Schultz does is pretty well. The Liver King one wasn't so good, but a bunch of stuff I've seen of his is really good.
Yeah, funny ass dude.
Say it again.
He's funny. I didn't like the Liver King one though either. It seemed like that group of kids in high school that just like kind of picked on the one guy.
Yeah, they were kind of mean.
Yeah, that one wasn't cool.
I tried watching one of his videos. Thing is, I'm 38 and British and don't have ADHD, so they just give me a headache. Yeah, I couldn't watch it all the way through either. It's not my, but it is amazing. You're talking about MrBeast? It is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, keep fluffing Trump and it's Gavin Newsom in the White House. The lengths they went to get to Biden elected. You really think it will be different this time? I don't know. Manny, that's the same shit that they're saying, that they say about that they say about Trump. You know what I mean? They say they can't believe the lengths they went to get Trump elected. Okay. Controlling what you purchase. This one's fun. Does anyone want anything to be controlled? Does anyone want anyone controlling what they purchase or how they purchase?
Nope.
This is nuts. This is the World Economic Forum. Once again, anyway, here we go.
One final note I will make is that if you think about the benefits of digital money, there are huge potential gains. It's not just about digital forms of physical currency. You can have programmability. You know, units of central bank currency with expiry dates.
Pause this.
Have, as I argue in my.
He said you can have programmability. That's a fucking lie. You will have programmability. It's impossible. It's a misnomer to say you can have it. If it's a built-in function in the money, you have it. They may be saying you can buy everything, but they're saying it. That doesn't mean it's not there. Does everyone understand that that's
no.
fuckery?
Unpack that.
If I give you something and I say you can use this money to buy whatever you want, you can't buy whatever you want without me saying that. He's saying that you could program this currency to make it so you could only buy certain shit. And I'm saying not you could. It's a built-in feature that's always there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's always there. It's not a could, it is. They are telling you can buy everything, or they're telling you can't buy it, something. There's no like homeostasis. That's not the right word, but it kind of is in the spirit of what I'm saying. It's word fuckery. It's complete word fucking. It's like putting a leash on your dog and giving it 600 feet and being like, you're free. No, you're not.
You want.
No, you're
Within
not.
the parameter of the leash.
No, you're not. You have a leash on. You're not free.
And you think so all this, like the currency becomes unstable, a few more banks like collapse, and then they create a really big concern about trust in the money system. And then they open up Fed Now and they say, trust us, we're backed by the government. Your bank won't collapse because it's Fed Now. And that's how they get the masses to start rolling over to that.
The reason why I know what I know about people being afraid of like what Greg is saying, like giving them the tools to lift up the curtain, is because I'm afraid to even think about what you just said. I have the same mechanism in my own brain. Do you know what I'm saying? Like what you say scares the shit out of me. I'm in just complete and total denial that could happen.
Refute it, than to actually accept it and start to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, it's a
simpler life. That's for sure.
The thought of like them saying you can only buy grown meat and you can't use this currency to buy actually dead animals is and that's exactly what they're going to do under the guise. And there'll be all these people who believe in climate change.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so they'll have them to support. And their whole thing is, and by the way, anyone who says you're a climate denier, we know that's a derogatory term. We know that's not science. There's no subject that's ever closed in science. You don't push away. It's even the flat earth thing. You're pushing away for a reason, not the reason probably you're telling yourself.
Wait till it gets really weird, and then they hear on the internet that you questioned it, and then they just pull money out of your bank account or deny you access to your own funds.
Or turn your car off.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Think cars couldn't exist in this day and age because there's too much freedom. Like if they tried to invent the car right now, they would be like, oh, well, guys, come on. Like we need a chip in this. There's safety things we need to think about. You
right.
can't jump in there and drive wherever you want and buy gas with cash and not have to check in with. No. We need a tether to that.
The thing that always trips me out too is the comparison between tobacco and porn. Like if you want to get nicotine to your house, you have to upload your driver's license.
Mm.
If you go on the internet anywhere and try to buy nicotine, you have to upload a picture of your driver's license.
Interesting.
I could just go onto Google right now and just rage away. And so there isn't really a desire to stop it.
Yeah. Hey, you can't question the mainstream thinking on Instagram, but if you're a 14-year-old boy and you go to that explore page, you're going to have tits just everywhere.
Manny Spiegel. Right.
As soon as I opened Threads, it was just boobs.
Hey, that's kind of a cool shirt. Tits everywhere. Manny Spiegel, the orange man attacked Georgia when the governor dared to open up the state in May of 2020. Here we go. I'm all for it, Manny. Let's do it. Never forget the orange man brought us the lockdowns.
Mm-hmm.
He did the first 2 week lockdown.
Yeah.
That was Orange Man.
Yep, that was him. And Warp Speed.
Fuck you, Manny.
Warp Speed, which pulled off all the regulations for the vaccine stuff to push that through as fast as possible.
Well, I know what you did. You left your hose on one night and watered your lawn to excess and wasted water, Manny. and I remember one time when you left litter in the bathroom at an Exxon station. Manny Spiegel never forget. I mean, that's the way the arguments work, right? Like Manny's just dropping bombs, and someone will be like, "Well, Greg's not an expert. He needs to ask Dr. Fauci before he weighs in."
That's perfect. He's not an expert. That's just the go-to.
Well, you don't know that. You're not friends with him, Manny. You don't know that. I know what you did. You like Biden. Manny Spiegel, never forget the orange man brought us the lockdowns, 49ers. He completely abandoned all those involved with January 6th. I don't know about that last one.
The last one's too far for me.
I don't know about that last one. Give him a second. Maybe he'll be president and he'll pardon all those fuckers. Holy shit, the January 6th thing is getting really crazy now.
What's going on with it?
I got a clip. Man, we have so many clips to get through. A guy we'll get to it. We'll get to it here in a second. Okay, controlling what you purchase. Okay, so none of us want what we want controlled.
No.
Last night, Israel Adesanya, very interesting.
Oh, wow. That little speech at the end?
Very interesting. Yeah, what happened there last night. So I did not like the fact that DC, Daniel Cormier, and Joe, I think that they should have come to Izzy's defense a little bit. So this guy in the middle at one point, by the way, the quote here says, if they're going to be pissed about that, just beat it. I don't care about that. Dricus Duplessis. Basically, this guy said when he takes on the title at 185 pounds champ, he'll be the first African to ever hold a UFC title. And Izzy took that as a dig because he's African, I think, and Kamaru's African, and Ngannou's African. I think Kamaru and Ngannou are from Nigeria. Could be wrong. Izzy's from Nigeria. Kamaru's for sure from Nigeria. Ngannou's from Cameroon. Is there not? Am I confusing the island of? Is there an island Cameroon, and there's also a country on the continent of Africa called Cameroon? Is that? How the fuck does that work?
He's from Ngannou's from Cameroon.
And that's a country. What's the island I'm thinking about that's out in the Mediterranean, starts with a C?
I don't know. Let me look.
Is there an island out there? Cameroon? Someone will say it in the comments soon. Francis is from Nigeria too. Oh no, he's from Patrick. It looks like he's from. Trigger. He's from Patrick. He's from Nigeria too, I think, or Cameroon, and Kamaru's from Nigeria. I went to some island that starts with a C. There's a CrossFit gym there. The island's surrounded by blue water and stingrays.
Comoros?
Cyprus? No. Wow. Oh, no. It's off the coast of, it's down there by Cuba somewhere. Starts with a C. Yeah, over there somewhere. What islands are there over there?
It's not Africa.
Maybe it's by Mexico, maybe a little more. Go by Mexico.
Cayman Islands?
Havana. Oh, Cayman, not Cameroon. Cayman Islands, motherfucker.
Very close.
Sorry. And Cozumel. Yeah, I went to Cozumel too. Anyway, so Izzy basically walked up on stage, and DC and Joe, or one of them, alludes to the fact that he might be drunk, but he just fucking. Will you scroll over? I want to let you hear what Duplessis says first before we hear what Izzy said. Izzy goes off. Maybe go. Yeah, play this a little bit. Let's see.
It was very interesting to see how people react. I was surprised because people made. Firstly, I think so many people made comments. Adesanya and at that stage, Usman as well made their statements after that. And it was like 2 or 3 weeks after the fact that I said it. So I was really surprised because when I said it, it was never to spark a reaction. It was purely stating the fact that there's a record book. And if you go on the record books, I will be the first champion to reside in Africa, which is a fact. And that was
okay. That's it. Okay, now pause that and go over to the other clip. So that really pissed Izzy off when this guy said that. And so yesterday when this guy fucking knocked out Robert Whittaker, which broke my heart. I fucking love Robert Whittaker. Izzy jumps into the stage and lets it fly, man. He fucking let it fly. I like Israel too. But I will say this, I wasn't a fan of this Duplessis guy, and after Israel treated him like that, I was kind of like, okay, I don't care who wins. Here we go. God, Izzy's huge, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, brace yourself. If you have sensitive ears, this isn't gonna be for you. Here we go.
Off.
So he jumps in the state in the ring right after this guy beat Robert Whittaker. And by the way, the guy, for those of you who don't follow fighting, this guy on the right, this white guy, beat a guy named Robert Whittaker who's from Australia. And this guy, Robert Whittaker, would have been the champ for the last 10 years straight, undefeated, if it wasn't for Israel Adesanya. That's how good this Robert Whittaker guy is. He's so fucking good. but he just can't get any respect because of the guy on the left, Izzy, the black guy. He's maybe the best fighter who ever lived. Okay, here we go.
Brother right here. Let's go, nigga. What's up, bitch? Let's go, nigga. Yeah, nigga. What's up, nigga? Get this shit up. What you gonna do, nigga? Yeah, my African brother. Yeah, my African brother. What's up, nigga? I'm African, but I ain't no brother of yours, son. My nigga, let's go. You my nigga for real. I'll show you. So what are you saying to everybody? Brother right here. Yes.
So I think what Izzy's doing, my take on it is this. Izzy's doing that to be like, I'm black. I'm clearly from Africa. You said you're going to be the first African champion. So that's why he's fucking slinging those words around like that. He's not doing it for any other reason but to emphasize a point. Like, look, I can say those words like he's basically just trying to say, hey, I'm black and you're not. And so I'm from Africa and you're not. And it was just he could have just been I don't know. Either way, that fight could be in 9 weeks.
Do you think there's a piece of like marketing in this too? Like he knew it was going to catch up a ton of attention, or do you think it was all emotional driven? Like he wasn't even thinking that way. He just went up there and like let it fly. And
that was pretty emotional from him, I feel like.
Yeah. I hate the thought. I'll be sad by the thought that in this time, Izzy would use race consciously as a tool to, not race, would use skin color. Maybe you could say he's not even using skin color. You could say nationality. I don't know. I'm torn on the whole thing. Part of me like doesn't care and is excited for the fight. Part of me, I felt sorry for the guy on the right, Duplessis. You know what I mean? He just won and he's getting called out by the champ.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think it's just all money, all complete?
No
showmanship. Oh
no, I think the fighters do know that you do want to create that like hype around it and stuff like that. So like doing this type of stuff, like raging out or like creating a scene or something, or using language like he did, will create a ton of media attention behind it. I don't know if he did it purposely or not. I don't think it doesn't look like he did. It wasn't like, oh, this is going to be a perfect marketing scheme. I'm going to go up there and say all this and people are going to talk about it for forever. But no, I don't know. I think they're just emotional.
Yeah. I don't think it's interesting. The more and more I think about skin color, there's a huge difference between not wanting your daughter to marry someone because they're white or black versus owning slaves. Like there's no even bridge that connects the two in my mind. Like in terms of like the Jewish families don't want their kids marrying non-Jews. Armenian families don't want you know what I mean? Like I don't think that that's like a bad thing. I personally don't care, but I don't think it's like, I understand the attachment to it, right? It's like a superstition or something romantic about it. It's not it's not that Jews don't want their kids marrying non-Jews because they're less. It's because there's like this romanticism of keeping your bloodline the same.
Yeah, does it come from like a hateful place? Is what
yeah,
you're saying.
it's not a
not a we hate them so you can't.
Yeah.
It's more tradition. You got to stay within what we've done 1,000 years.
99% of the people who like have a problem with gay people, it's because it's unknown to them, and it's the same thing with like why maybe a black family wouldn't want their kids marrying a white girl or vice versa, a white family. It's not that they have a problem with those people per se. It's the unknown to them. It's completely fucking unknown. Yeah, and there's just some nuances to it that make it. I bring this back also to going back to the Republican thing. And the pedophilia, there's a difference between, you can say all you want that the church is full of pedophiles. The church is not trying to openly condone that shit. You can say all you want that Republicans are pedophiles. They're not openly trying. They're not trying to normalize it. It's all just, at the end of the day, it's all just people here. And for anyone who's going to write in the comments, hey, I don't want to watch a show where Sevan picks his nose, then fucking leave. Because I got some boogers just hanging, dry boogers hanging on the edge. I'm going to wipe them the whole show. So get the fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck.
That's just my mom. I don't think she's watched since.
Hey, let's just take a moment to realize how funny that is. Your first champion who resides in Africa, then it's that dude's picture. Yeah, but Blade, it's like that everywhere, right? It's probably like that in like it's gonna be like that in CrossFit. It's gonna be like that in the It's gonna be like that in a ton of places just because of South Africa. Yeah, it's weird. Hey, it's like when the person from China went to the semifinals. It was a former CIA officer. You know what I mean? It's a white guy because he lives there. And
Former.
111. Biden and Hunter. Holy shit! The White House is just completely falling apart. How about the fact that the White House press secretary said it was irresponsible for the media to ask if that cocaine belonged to the Biden family? Is she fucking retarded? Does she not know you can just go on the internet and type in Hunter crack and 600 pictures pop up of the son smoking crack?
Sounds like me getting caught with weed when I was younger. That's not mine. And that's irresponsible for you to accuse me of it, Dad.
I'm okay with people changing their minds. I'm okay with people shifting. But also, is it not crazy to people that this guy was like the biggest proponent for putting away crackheads in U.S. history?
Yep. Wasn't he one of the ones too that like made that harsher punishment from like the powder to like the crack, like cocaine, right? So it was like powder,
all that shit, dude. He's at the head of all that. He ran on being so proud of that.
Fucking crazy. He probably doesn't even remember it now.
So it went from the Democrats. It went from the Democrats saying that drug laws were purposely made to imprison black people to their guy championing it and them voting and electing him and putting him in office. It doesn't
for him literally saying if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Yeah, how does that even work?
Wow. And he said it to Charlemagne too, who's Mr. Call You Out.
God, he's speaking of crackheads.
Never forgive Charlemagne for that.
I think Charlemagne is so brave because he's so mentally inequipped to go head to head with people, and yet he does. I would not fucking have Vivek on and go head to head with him.
Hell
it's
no.
Like, dude, you better switch to question time. You better just ask questions.
Yeah.
You're gonna have fucking Larry Elder on and start fucking like no one's having Larry Elder on their show with a dissenting opinion of his. He'll fuck you up. Or Thomas Sowell or Vivek Ramaswamy or Jordan Peterson.
Yeah.
Like you switch to question mode, you fucking knucklehead. Oh, fuck you up.
Ain't gonna win that battle.
Have Greg Glassman on and start talking to him about science. I'd like to see any of those people in a discussion with Greg about science. You fucktards. We'll tie you in a knot. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Never.
I have a master's degree.
That's
dude. You know that none of those are even real sciences according to your definition. Sociology, psychology, psychiatry, climatology. Those aren't even.
Oh my goodness.
They're in there with astrology.
And the funniest thing is the clip that Hiller left in with Greg saying, "Look at what I bought from Amazon," showing the different type of things that are ologies but have zero predictive value, right?
Yeah.
Like when he's like, "You buy it and the tea leaves make a shape," or "This woman watches the birds far away and predicts what's going to happen to you." It's like there's just a certain level of irony there that I think is pretty funny.
Thank you, Jeff. Social sciences, all those, just horseshit.
Social science. Remember, it used to be social studies,
gender studies,
then it changed.
Women's studies, black studies.
It changed from social studies to social science, so that way they could put stuff in that you can't refute.
Oh, really?
Don't you remember it was social studies?
I do remember that. I didn't know that. That's why they did that. That's crazy.
They own the language. They own the words. Make that simple switch. And now if we usher in some sort of policy, it's not because it's been studied by the sociology. It's because it's science by the social science.
do you remember the other day when I was talking about RFK and I was like, hey, when he talks about affirmative action, when he talks about vaccines, he's so clear. He points out all the facts. How come this many people died of measles, but this many people died from the injection? And he's like, what the fuck's going on? And he pulls out the graphs. And then you ask him about affirmative action. He says, oh, it's a very complex issue. He doesn't start pointing to any. Okay. So yesterday I was watching Ted Cruz interview a woman who's being nominated by the Biden administration for a cabinet position. I forget what the cabinet position is. And he says to her, hey, is science ever closed, definitive? Is there anything in science that okay, it's like this is the definition of gravity, it can never be changed, it's settled? That's the word he uses, settled. Science ever settled? And she said, no, that's not the way science works. Science should always be questioned. By the way, that's another thing. Soon as you saw censorship around the 49ers, you should have known it's not science. It's gone. You can just throw it out the door. Whoosh. But she said, no, she agreed with him. She's got her blue glasses on. She's fully woke, right? She's fully woke. She ended up being the first woman ever to get a PhD. I think it was at the California Institute of Technology. Later on, someone talks about her credentials. Anyway, so she says that no, it can never be settled. It's always should be questioned. That's part of the foundational elements of science. Everything there should be a continuous sort of inquisition into what is the truth. And then he pivots and he says, okay, well, Rachel Levine said the other day that gender science is now a closed subject. And we've heard that about climate science, global warming too. It's closed. He said, Rachel Levine said the gender affirmation stuff, it's a closed book. There's nothing more to debate. It's here and it's real and it needs to be addressed. And he says, is that true? Do you think that the mutilation of kids through surgeries and through medications and irreversible blah, 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 do you think that we're done talking about it and that it's a gender affirmation is 100% a reality and a science that's settled? And you know what she says? It's a very complex issue. And he's like, I'm not asking if it's a complex issue. I'm asking you yes or no if it's settled. And she says, and the next thing she goes, I want to be respectful. Respectful and complex were her answers to a yes or no question.
Just dancing around it.
He's like, didn't I just ask you if science can ever be closed? She goes, yeah. And she goes, well, he goes, well, what about this science? Complex, and we have to move with respect.
People's feelings are involved deeply in these issues.
Oh, fucking look. I ordered an air fryer rubber tray from AliExpress and it arrives in a week. Air fryer. Pay attention. I'm saying some important shit. Okay, here we go. 111, Biden and Hunter.
I'm dealing with gun violence.
What do you think about Hunter?
Because make no mistake. Sit down, you'll hear what I have to say.
What do you think about Hunter, your son? There's a video of him arguing with a hooker about how much crack he has. What do you think about that, Mr. President?
That guy's Armenian for sure.
From DC, dude.
No, that's Marion Barry. Marion Barry. You know what? I actually smoked crack with Marion Barry.
Pause this.
I swear to God.
This is Hunter Biden bragging about smoking crack with the mayor of Washington, D.C. For those of you who don't know, Washington, D.C., I don't even know if you call it a territory or what, but it's the capital. It's a city that is the capital of the United States of America. And the president's son is bragging about smoking crack with that mayor. Now, for those of you who don't know, crack is like really fucks up your thought process. Like really fucks it up.
Is the science settled on that, though?
It is settled.
It feels like it's a complicated issue.
It's anecdotal in my book. It is complicated. I'll tell you this. I know people who've smoked enough crack to where it flipped their gender.
Wow.
Yeah. I bet you Susan knows some too. All of a sudden, some weird shit starts happening. Okay, keep playing this. This is just crazy.
Be surprised when I do some crack.
Jesus.
I was in Georgetown, and he used to go to a place right next to the guards. And I was a sophomore, I guess. It was a junior when that happened, but he used to come there and drink like late. And I would be in there. And he'd go to the bathroom. But anyway.
Turntable. Marion Barry was arrested for crack during the 80s. Yeah, he was arrested. He went to jail, and then he ran for mayor again and was reelected. You can't make this shit up. It's fucking nuts. Okay. 110. I don't know if we want to get into this. I'm so tripped out on this. I'm gonna show you something here really quick. I'm gonna weigh in slightly. Feel free to anyone to call in. You want to say anything? Here we go. This is Tia Toomey, the CrossFit Games champion. Action. That's a baby. I assume that's a real baby.
Oh.
So if you read the comments, once again, it's fucking complete retardville. No one actually, people are like debating stuff in minutia. Like, is she holding? So see that right there, pull-ups? You never do a pull-up with a baby carrier on. Ever, ever, ever. You don't fucking ever hold dumbbells over a baby's head. Never. Just never. It's not like, this isn't like we don't know who Tia is. This isn't like don't insert you're not a woman, you're not a mom. We've all been babies. It's the same thing with sucking on a man's tit. No baby wants to do that to get milk. No baby wants a dumbbell held over their head. No baby wants, nobody, no human, no animal, no raton, no cucaracha, no española, no africana. Nobody wants a dumbbell over their head. Nobody. Not Tia Toomey, not her baby, not Shane, not Greg Glassman, not Hunter Biden. Even people who smoke crack don't want a nobody wants a dumbbell over. Okay, fine. I'll leave her alone. I like her. Fine. I'll leave her alone. Fine. I'll leave her alone. Okay, fine. I'm fine. I like her. I'll leave Tia alone.
That shit on purpose. Like she knows what it's gonna do.
The thing is it's not even excusable. There's no. And you don't do the pull-up, but you don't do any dynamic or explosive movements when there's a baby around. So like, let's say she would have accidentally forgotten and done a chest to bar and fucking rammed the baby's head into the pull-up bar. Like, you just don't, there's a risk to benefit ratio. That baby's not getting anything. Someone wrote in the comments, it's better than having the stroller off in the corner. Dude, I used to take Avi to the gym all the time, and we had the stroller off in the corner, and he could either watch or sleep.
Yeah.
By the way, I think baby carriers are pretty much for losers. Now, my wife will be like, I use baby carrier a lot. It's like, yeah, well, like, hold your fucking baby. Give it to Shane. Put your baby down.
But what if it's a cool tactical one?
It's got Molly in it.
Fine. I mean, I will tell you this too. I think that 90% of the people, and someone's going to be like, well, I had fucking twins, and then 10 months later, I had another baby, and I had to go grocery shopping. Okay, you win in that you win there. I have no defense. I bow down to you. I get it. You found a place to use a carrier. I'm just saying, you don't put on a carrier. A baby's never needs to be on your carrier when you're working out. And I understand you just had a baby and you can't even fucking think straight. I get it. But if you have a husband who's a man, like, that's his fucking job. And don't anyone say you don't know you're not a woman. I was inside of a woman for 9 months and came out of the pussy, and I was a baby. Don't fucking tell me I wasn't a woman. I was a baby. Hey, what's up, brother? How are you? Oh, are you making bacon? I smell bacon.
I'm not. No, I was cooking eggs.
Eggs. Okay, it smells good.
Do you have your parenting masters, though, Sevan?
Got him.
What was your thesis on, Sevan? Want to tell me your parenting thesis?
He knows it. He's backing off now. He's not an expert. He doesn't have the PhD.
Have you raised a child to fruition, Sevan?
No.
Totally out of line.
Hey,
I'm totally out of line, Mars. I'm totally...
Do you think you're gonna start doing burpees with the baby carrier on?
She can do whatever she wants. She's dear to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
That's good. No, you're fine.
And you know what? If she does a burpee with the baby on there and the baby gets hurt, it's the baby's fault. No.
Her body, her choice.
Manny Spiegel, I was inside a woman last night.
Whoa. Crazy.
It's fucking crazy. It's truly. I'm so proud of her too. Tell her I'm proud of her too.
Did you know that the go ahead? You had a word you're going to say.
I'm just kind of stunned that at the level of just mass ignorance. It's like almost like you don't love your kid. It's almost like there's a component of selfishness there that I just can't kind of wrap my head around. I don't even understand it. Maybe I shouldn't call it selfish. I don't even understand it.
How do you feel about people in Africa carrying large jugs of water on top of their head while they have a child strapped to their chest?
Yeah, I think it's 100%, and I've seen that. I think it's 100% necessity. That's where the risk assessment comes in place.
It's riskier to leave your baby.
But that's a great. Hey, that's a great point. That's a great point. That's a great point.
If she doesn't work out with her baby, the risk could potentially be bye-bye CrossFit Games championships. Not that she needs 7 of them or 6 of them.
Right. Okay. Well, she could hand it. What about? I don't mean to. I don't want to fight with you, but what about putting the baby on the ground or handing it to Shane?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
This bumps numbers up. Follower count up.
Here's the thing. Dick Butter says she literally is doing it for the gram. I don't think so. I think she's doing it because she's so fucking excited. Like when you have a baby, you're just so fucking excited. She's just so excited. She wants to do everything with the baby. She wants to put, like, she would try the baby. It's like people who dress their babies up, right? Or get their baby's ears pierced. It's complete fucking idiocy, but they're just so excited. They just can't wait. Or like you get a new dog and you go to the dog store and you drop $500 on dog toys and dog bed. I think it's like that.
Yeah, you get the $100 per bag dog food. Made with meerkat liver.
Yeah. Oh shit. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Holy fuck.
It was melting down at his house.
Oh my goodness. Logan, I love you. Sorry, that got crazy. I would go on these 5-mile hikes and I would hold my baby the whole way. And if I couldn't hold the baby anymore, I would set the baby down. I did it all the time. I would set Avi down. Yeah, I don't know. I think she's just so excited. It's so exciting to have a baby. But I showed that to Avi. I didn't say anything. Last night we were watching the fights and I go, "Hey Avi, look at this." And he goes, this is what he said. "Why is she lifting weights over the baby's head?" That was the first thing my fucking 8-year-old said. I swear to you. And then he said, "Did you do that with me?"
With the mean mug, like. Hey, when you watch it, there's just like a spidey sense that starts tingling. Like it inherently feels like you need to correct the situation, right? Like she goes to do the dumbbell and you're like, "Oh, hold on. Okay, go ahead." Pat the baby.
Imagine pulling yourself. Imagine a baby being strapped here and there's a steel ball here and you pull your chin and the baby's head is here.
Or what if just you have a wardrobe malfunction and the carrier falls off because it's not tactical?
Because it's not camo.
Yeah, it doesn't have your latest patch on it.
David Weed, my mom took me out on her Harley Davidson when I was 2 months old.
That explains it, David.
I saw a pregnant lady riding a bike and crash on a bike once.
Oh, that's not good.
No,
that is not good. Why was she on a bike?
Excuse me. My mom smoked Marlboros during pregnancy. Now I have a gun in my hand.
He's tactical. Look at him.
Chad F. This is an interesting question. Would any coach allow a member to do what she's doing in their class?
Not at my gym. Nope. We've had
that's a fucking great question.
We've had one accident, and that was one accident enough.
I feel like most coaches will just watch the baby themselves, or like hold on. Like I've seen coaches just hold them while they're coaching the class.
Yeah, we don't allow that either.
Well,
don't fucking hold someone else's kid. Put them in a stroller. Put them far away from what's going on. There's plenty of adults in the room. We could all assess the situation if the baby needs help. Do not put your baby next to you. Do not roll it right up underneath your pull-up bar and do a kipping pull-up in your band and kick the baby stroller and have it go up over end. And I stand there with my cup of coffee going, oh, just to see your fucking baby flying through the air. Okay? You don't need more than one of those incidents to say, fuck that, kid's in the stroller, they go across the other side of the room.
How was the baby?
I don't know. The motherfucking scooped that shit up and bounced so quick. It was like, the whole room was just like half the room didn't even see it. And the other half of the room was just in fucking shock. Like, what just happened? Yes, I was holding coffee while coaching. It was 5:30 in the morning. Fucking judgmental bitch. How many classes have you coached at 5:30 in the morning?
Oh my God, dude.
Better than holding the baby.
Hey, dude, that mother's devastated.
Fuck yeah.
Here's the thing too. If something did happen, Tia would fucking you have to kill yourself. That's another reason why you don't do it. Fuck the baby. If you have to kill yourself. Like if your baby dies on your watch or something, like gets hurt, like you have to. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. You have to.
Oh, it's not a good time. I'll tell you that.
For everyone defending Tia, where's the line? The thing is they're not even like defending her with. They're saying stuff like it's her baby, she can do what she wants. Okay, they're saying she's the fittest woman in the world. You don't know what it's like to be her. Those types of things I can kind of see while she's pregnant. Like the working out when she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
But that thing is now. I can put myself in that baby's shoes and be like, hey, no one wants a dumbbell held over their head, not even for a second. Like just go lay down on the ground, okay? Just go lay down on the ground and have the strongest person you know do thrusters while squatting over your face. So like if it's your wife, she'd be putting her pussy down in your face while she's doing thrusters, or have her do kettlebell swings over your face. And just tell me how you feel. The chances of it landing on you are very, very slim. Very slim. Because first of all, the kettlebell 90% of the time is going to be going out there. But there is a split second when it's going to be down every time over your face. Coming down. Let me know how you feel about what you think. Like, what? I'm telling you, there was people in there like, is that too hot for the baby? Is the baby going to overheat? It's like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Is the baby going to overheat? There's 60 pounds of steel going up and down in a dynamic motion over this baby's fucking head.
But good thing they got the noise canceling headphones on the baby for when the music's turned up.
Oh, they weren't over the baby, Blade says. Blade, when she drops one and it rolls down her arm like this, or when they slip, or when
what
the
about
one
backwards that way?
Yeah, anything. They were close enough, brother, for me.
A 1%
probably 70. Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean to disrespect you.
A 1% chance of something happening when it could be at 0, just with a slightly different decision, should always go to 0.
Blade Walker, it looks like the movements were calculated to me. I agree. No one ever accidentally did a strict chest to bar pull-up. Okay, fine. Still, what I'm saying is those arguments don't even. You don't unload a gun and then put the gun in your mouth and be like, dude. Or have it pointed sideways out your cheek like this and be like, hey, it was never pointed at my brain and there's no bullets in it. Like you just don't do it. CK Kevin, Sevy's just mad because it was light for Tia but heavy for him. Some lady with a hippopotamus. I could be totally wrong. But don't you have to be a little selfish to be the best of the best? Isn't this just a manifestation of that? I don't know.
Interesting.
Did the baby die? The one with the gun in its mouth? No, it lived. Just put a little hole in its cheek. And Blade says, and that's why she's going to win, and you all ain't. All right. I'm open.
Is that what it takes? I'll go find a baby right now. Strap it to me and start doing some pull-ups while chest feeding.
Okay. I want you, 109. This guy is gonna. This is one of the most brilliant things I've heard on race in a long time. But you can substitute the word black community for trans community for any community you want. This is a kind of like a little essay here on groupthink. The real problem facing the black community. You could write the real problem facing the trans community. You slip in any community you want here. Don't get stuck on the fact that it's black. That's completely irrelevant. Okay, here we go. Action.
Now, I know this video is going to get me a lot of hate, but oh well. But the real problem facing the black community is the idea that there is a black community. Many people in the black community have accepted the idea that knowledge does not come from the use of reason by an individual, but from the group. This is what I would call the biggest problem facing the black community, and once this is understood, it explains all the other problems. So instead of carefully crafting their own identity, a lot of black people find their identity from the group. And so as such, they're no longer seen as individuals, but as a part of a group. And this is actually a lot of the problem with society
Can you
today.
pause this? That's the whole LGBTQTZ plus shit. They're trying to, it's like so obviously fucked up groupthink. And like one identity that can't be one identity. It's why the liberals are slowly tiptoeing out of the room with Democrats. They can't handle the groupthink anymore. The lesbians don't want to be mixed up with the pedophiles or the dudes who are fucking men who are twerking at parades in front of little kids. Yeah, and this guy's saying about the black community, like what, like, don't do the groupthink thing. Okay, go on.
People think that knowledge comes from the group instead of trying to find it for themselves. Here's what happens. In short, it creates an us versus them mentality. This is fostered by the idea that black people have their own unique view that white people or anyone else just cannot understand. But this line of thinking means that black person's mind is programmed by factors beyond his control and that he can't see reality for what it is, but only what it is given his programming. And when a person can't see reality for what it is, of course they'd be mad, of course they'd be angry, of course they'd be upset with the world and how it is. And this explains most of the problems in the black community. Each person watching this video is an individual. Only you are watching this video. The advice I'm about to give goes for anybody. Stop clinging to people just on the basis of race, okay? It may have worked in the past, but in recent times, it has done more harm than good and is being used against you. By focusing on race in the group, each person will be left behind as a group. The person watching this can either be the architect of their own demise, or they can take the reins of their mind and do great things. But if you want to know more about this, just click the link in my bio and read my Substack.
And read my Substack. Turntable. I don't know what this means exactly. What does this mean? Can someone translate this to me? Individuality in black people is not rewarded by any side. I don't know what that means, but I like from the way I understand it, I couldn't disagree more.
Isn't he saying that
Michael Jackson was rewarded greatly? What?
Aren't they just? Isn't he just saying that they're rewarding the group of black people rather than like individuals, like based on merit of an individual?
One more time. What's he? Let me read it and then you explain it to me. Individuality in black people is not rewarded by any side.
Yeah, so they're like, I would say maybe big corporations or big entities are rewarding the groups of black people, like the DEI Council, basically, because they're like, oh, because you're black.
Oh, right. Yes. They're being right. Okay, then I do agree with that. Yeah, they're being encouraged to think as groupthink.
Right.
Stick together. Don't swim away from the pack.
Right.
Well, like Larry Elder did, and then the LA Times says that you're really a white man in blackface.
That's crazy.
That is fucking nuts. How do you be a Democrat after that? How do you be a Democrat after that? You just called a black dude a white guy in blackface when that's your whole
We should invite somebody who's like a hardcore Democrat on the show and just ask them. Like,
don't be Thomas Sowell. So well. I think
you got it right.
108. More science. Moss science. Oh, we can do this. We can get through 20 of these and one every 30 seconds. Here we go. More science.
Rapid fire.
Oh, this one's crazy. This one's fucking nuts.
Doesn't
Let me
have-
read this real quick. Let me just read this, what it says in that thing. Dr. Thomas Saz, professor of psychiatry. The actual truth about chemical imbalance is that it's an actual lie. Nobody has yet measured, demonstrated, or created a test to show that somebody has a chemical imbalance in their brain, period. So you have to ask the classic Roman question, legal question. Who benefits? The people who make the diagnosis. This is a professor of psychiatry that you're about to, who said that. And then, okay, here we go.
One case report of one disease validated, not one. What they do is they
Can you scroll
meet
up?
at
We
the
can see
American
the subtitles too.
Psychiatric Association. They meet in the DSM committee, Diagnostic Statistical Manual Committee, and they vote on making new behavioral and emotional disorders. And they vote, and then they start immediately calling them diseases. And they tell people, they tell the public these are diseases. Total fraud. Total fraud.
The actual truth about chemical balance is that it's an actual lie. Nobody has yet measured, demonstrated, or created a test to show that somebody has a chemical imbalance in their brain. Period.
There is no rational science behind what they think is the cause of these symptoms. The medications that are being given to people are, without exception, introducing chemicals that are altering the brain in ways which can be very damaging. In the absence of a proven chemical imbalance for which the medications are, quote, rebalancing or fixing, the medications are in fact toxic.
So you ask the classic Roman question, legal question, cui bono, who benefits?
So this is basically just a lesson in consensus. So here it is. Psychiatry is just all 100% consensus. There's fucking no truth there. There's no science there. It doesn't work like that. It's just voting. It's like the people who voted in Biden also voted what psychiatric issues there are. I worked in a home for disabled adults for 5 years. I made a movie about it. It's on YouTube. It's called Our House. And I was young. It's embarrassing for me to say this, but I used to take them to the doctor who would prescribe them the medications. And I would go at least once a month. There were nine or 10 clients there, adults. And I'd walk them down to their doctor's office, who was about a mile away. And the doctor would change their prescriptions of drugs, lorazepam, and all these like interesting psychiatric drugs. And he would change the doses. And I'd be like, hey, how come like it's always changing? How come based on what I'm telling you or based on how they're behaving, how come you don't just say, hey, this fixes that? This gets rid of the voices in your head, or this makes it so it fixes your stuttering problem. He's like, oh, no one knows how any of this works. And I'm like, what? He's like, this is all just testing and trial by error. And I was like, holy fuck. And there were 100 different meds. Go ahead, Caleb.
In the like the military health facilities, basically they would just put somebody on a dose for 90 days. And then once they show stability on it, quote unquote stability, if they don't feel like anything's changed, they'll just increase the dose. And they just do that every 90 days. So you have these people who are in the military who are just perpetually changing their doses of whatever mental health medication they're on. And so that they're restricted to do, they can't deploy, they can't TDY. It's another thing like the transition therapy, where they will just perpetually be like, come to work and not be able to do anything. But they'll just keep doing that every 90 days. They'll have another appointment. They'll go to mental health, say nothing's changed. They'll get another dose of whatever. So eventually they're just railroaded out of the military, having done absolutely nothing.
And ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, these are the tools that broken science gives people. It allows you to say, what is the predict? So for all those idiots in Hiller's thread, all it does is allow you to say, what is the predictive value of giving them someone who hears voices in their head and them going away and getting a better life by giving them lorazepam? And when the doctor says there actually is no predictive value, we don't know, then you know that there's no science around it. There hasn't been a science. It was voted on. Fucking nuts. Idiot world. Okay, 107. Is this real? Be so thankful you're not crazy. Being crazy would suck. That's another reason not to do drugs. Doing drugs will make you crazy. Even smoking a shitload of weed will make you crazy. I don't know if this is real, people. This is fucking crazy. This is the president of the United States, Joe Biden, supposedly talking to somebody. This is the kind of shit I think could get us kicked off of YouTube.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. Speaking of pedophiles, here we go.
Yeah. Let me whisper a secret. Don't tell mommy what I told you. You got it?
I'm recording.
Oh, you're recording. I'm gonna film you. Yeah.
He thought she was taking a picture and she recorded him saying all that. Don't tell mommy what I told you. Hey, I don't know. There's some sentences that I just can't see coming out of my mouth.
That's a little weird.
And the Secret Service hears all of that. 106, what I'm about to show you, I should have asked Blade about this. What I'm about to show you is completely normal in California. I grew up with this 100%. This is everywhere in California. So when someone pops up in the comments here and they're like, this isn't being forced down on kids, I'm telling you, at 51 years old, my entire life, I've seen stuff like this in California. Everywhere. If you live in California and you've ever gone to San Francisco or you've left fucking Atascadero or Pismo Beach or whatever podunk shithole you live in, and you went to the city, if you ever lived in LA or San Francisco or San Diego or San Jose, you saw this shit. This is it. Look at it. Says pervert sex offender, and it's a guy with a fucking trench coat on. And then it says pride free expression, and it's someone with a trench coat on, but they got the rainbow flag up.
In a dog mask.
And I'm not trying to be fucking mean, like, but I'm just pointing out the facts. I'm just pointing out the facts. I'm not trying to be mean or anything or diss anyone. Okay, here we go. It's an old man in his underwear where you can see his penis dangling in his tighty whities. And it's not just one or two kids. It's a shitload of kids watching him as he does some weird twerking motion. He does a hip thrust to simulate anal sex in front of kids. Because he's gay, right? Isn't that what it'd be? It's not vaginal. I don't want to be rude.
I thought he was just swinging the dong around a little.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's just swinging his dong around. Look at there's a girl making eye contact with him. Someone brought their kid there.
He's doing
make eye contact with him. Look at that, how happy that kid is.
That kid's fucked.
Yeah.
He has a large package.
Holy shit. It's crazy how much shit I saw as a kid that it just seemed normal to me then. Can't you just wait until you're 20 and you smoked a bunch of crack? By the way, I've known totally normal people who smoked a shitload of crack, will snorted a bunch of meth, and then they end up doing stuff like that.
Normal people?
I mean, they were normal. Like when
they started out?
Yeah, like they were college friends, and 1 minute you're fucking drinking High Lifes with them and playing frisbee at the beach, then you don't see him for 6 months, and you're like, "What happened to Jason?" And it's like, "Hey, he got really into meth." And then the next time you see him, he's at a fucking bus stop with fucking lipstick on, and he's got all his shit laid out on the seat, and he's trying to solicit people to suck a dick to get some more meth. And you're like, "Wow,
sounds like a chemical imbalance to me."
Yeah, that is a chemical imbalance. Jake Chapman, if you want to see middle-aged men with their shirts off, join your local affiliate.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, 105. The vice president. I present to you the vice president of the United States of America. Oh, fucking nuts here too. Nutso. Here we go.
And I want to make another point. In traveling around the world, I often, in fact, almost every time when I go to a new country, I'll meet with women to talk with them about how they're doing.
That was moving. So touching. Hey, listen, can you define what a woman is for me? Do they have a different definition for every country you go to? Every new country? I bet they do. Here in America, we don't know how to define a woman. I know, it's crazy. Oh, goodness. You know, America, you know, have you talked to a lot of women here in America? Maybe down at the border? That would be fun. Listen, if you came and talked to me, I would tell you a little bit about my situation. Yeah. Gas is still high. Groceries, you know, those are really out of control. And then let's talk about the heating bills that you guys said that you would reduce. Yeah. Yeah. Those. That never happened. No, it did not. Anywho, hey, listen, I think that if you came and visited with me, we would have a blast. I think we would hit it off. I think we would become besties. Maybe we could switch places every once in a while. When you don't want to work, I'll work. So I'll be working all the time. Anyways, we can make some Venn diagrams, maybe get an electric school bus and go down to the border. That would be fun. We could put border or bust on it. I'm excited already thinking about the possibilities.
God, that chick is hot.
Like listen to Montel Jordan. This is how we do it. Throw out a cackle.
Okay.
Does she have a nose piercing?
Yeah, she does. Makes me hate her.
104.
She's awesome.
She's nice. She is nice.
She's got that Kamala laugh down.
She's nice. Hey, that chick fucking wears the pants in her family. When you see a chick who's got her eyes open, you can see the whites of her eye on top of her pupil and below her pupil. That bitch is trouble. That bitch is trouble. Like her husband, he's got his hands full. Okay, this one's good. 5 ways you can support your fat friends. I thought this was really cool. Here we go.
6'9" girls wanna drink wine. Tell the man not to waste you.
Number 1, call ahead to restaurants to make sure they have fat-friendly seating. So if you have a fat friend and you're going to go out to dinner with them, make sure you call the restaurant. This is real. Don't be closed-minded. This is totally real. Call ahead to the restaurant to make sure they have fat-friendly seating. This is totally real. Look at the chick's fat and like she's giving you, okay, here we go. Keep going. Oh, you need the audio. Sorry.
You. Reservation for tonight? Of course. How many people? 4? Okay, yeah, we can do that. Oh, you're coming in with a big old tubby fatty fatso? Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks so much for calling ahead to let us know. We really appreciate it, and I know they would appreciate it as well. Fat people love when their friends have to call places ahead of time to warn about their size. Yeah, they love it. Yeah, don't worry. We'll get the big old fatty booth ready for you. And don't worry, the menu, we've removed all of, mentions of diet, no keto, no vegetarian, no nothing. We've actually also removed the calorie counts on the menu items. We know that can upset the big old porkers. You know what I mean? Not the words of an angry fat person. I know you know. But yeah, we'll have the booth ready for you for 7. And don't worry, there's a place for them to park their scooter.
6'9" girls.
I wonder what the other 4 ways are.
That's DEI shit. That, by the way, that was that's a really old video. That's Justin Medeiros before he started training, working at the restaurant there. If you didn't, for those of you who couldn't make the connection. Okay. 103. Biden is a retard. Is that not nice to say about the commander in chief?
It's appropriate.
Here we go.
Unfortunately.
My dad had an expression. He used to say, your success as a parent when you turn and look at your child and realize they turned out better than you. My dad had an expression. He used to say, your success as a parent when you turn and look at your child and realize they turned out better than you.
Wow.
Damn.
It's not like he said that fucking last month. I mean, 10 years ago. It's like he said that last month.
The crazy thing is, like, he could completely come out and just say, like, one of those situations, like, look, we all love Hunter. He's making a ton of mistakes. Like, we don't agree with any of his mistakes. This is something we're dealing with internally as a family. We're going to do our best to push this away so it doesn't affect anything with the American people. But please just give us the space while we figure this out. And we don't condone any of his actions.
Right.
But they don't. They just double down on, like, that's a family affair. Don't question it.
Right. I agree with you. Just talk honestly and openly about it. Yeah. Make it relatable. Don't make it like it's just straight corrupt.
Exactly. And then all the parents, I mean, there's a lot of parents that have dealt with addiction in their kids and stuff. I mean, and then he could even pivot that and say, and the real issue here is the fentanyl crisis, and we're going to do everything in our power to stop this from continuing on to other.
Yeah, this is closer to me than ever before, and I finally realized I need to close the border.
Yeah, we're going to look into these issues, and it doesn't just affect our family, but million other families. And
Sousa, stop being level-headed.
Just show that picture, and it goes right out the window.
Jake Chapman, Sevan, don't do that with your hair. It makes me feel movement in my pants. I'm gonna cut my hair. In a second, you guys are gonna see me. I'm gonna cut all my hair off here in a minute. Like
really?
Yeah, I'm so tired of my hair.
Are you just going bald? Are you like big?
No, like you. I'm gonna look just. I'm gonna cut my hair exactly like you. That's it. Okay, not isolated. What is this? What is this? Let's just go through these. Not isolated. What is this? What is this nonsense? Okay, here we go. Not
you
isolated.
Want all 4 of those?
Oh, yeah. This is good. This is good. This is the whole thing again. The CDC, your government is approving pedophilia now. I think I need some consensus on this. I need some science on this. Is it, if you force if the only way a baby is going to eat is through sucking on a man's breast. I wonder what Tia thinks about that. I'd be so curious. Wouldn't you? What do Tia and Shane think about drinking milk out of a man's breast?
And this is done through drugs, right? It's not like a man wearing a thing. Like they're taking a drug to be able.
By the way, this is a Democrat, which is weird. Michael Schellenberger. I think this guy's a Democrat. He ran for governor of California. The Center for Disease Control, the people who brought to you the 49ers jab, has issued a new guidance endorsing chest feeding by trans-identified biological males on Wednesday. The Daily Mail and Fox News reported several pages of the CDC's website now include the term chest feeding. One CDC page about breast surgery has a section titled, "Can transgender parents," by the way, can men who had their penises chopped off,
or maybe not even,
and who have kids who have had breast surgery for breastfeeding or chest feed their infants. This section asserts that one option for these transgender parents is to take medication to induce lactation. So maybe it's both ways. It's if you're a woman and you had your titties chopped off, or if you're a dude. To mimic lactation, biological males can use a combination of drugs. This combination can include a contraceptive pill to produce estrogen, an anti-nausea medication, a heart medication, and an antipsychotic, a sedative, and an off-label lactation drug called domperidone. Hey, so that's 6 drugs right there you have to take if you want to lactate. In 2004, the FDA cautioned biological mothers against taking domperidone, in part because the drug is excreted in breast milk that could expose a breastfeeding infant to unknown risks. Holy shit. So before it was said don't take it because your baby could drink it, and now it's supposed to help you make milk for babies. Despite this warning for biological females, the FDA has not issued any warning to trans-identified males who want to take the drug. Neither the FDA nor the CDC appear to have assessed the safety. The safety? Can't we just say that this is pedophilia? The CDC's chest feeding advice clearly has nothing to do with the well-being of infants. Its endorsement of an off-label hormone cocktail demonstrates once again that the CDC is a captured institution that issued guidance based on a political interest rather than scientific evidence or health. Attorney General. Signed the Attorney General. Who signed it down below? Let me see.
That doesn't say.
This is fucking nuts, dude. Sunil Matanwani, who do you guys like in the GOP primary? Vivek Ramaswamy. Okay. So is there a video with that, or is that it? That's just that. Oh, you started from the top. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's go to the next one. So there it is, guys. That's that's where we're at, and let's keep going. I'll show you a bunch of weird shit. Here we go. Charlie Kirk, obviously he's pissed. This guy's a fucking Jesus lover. They don't like pedophiles.
This is sick. CDC gives guidance for trans people, mentally deranged, chest feeding kids accused of failing to consider possible health risks. According to the Daily Mail, this advice may apply to biological men, sickos, who can produce their own breast milk by taking hormone drugs. The outlet noted that the FDA's warning that one of these drugs, domperidone, can, quote, pass into breast milk in small amounts and
pause. Yeah, fuck you. Domperidone. Sorry, I had to correct him. He said it like how I used to say it 40 minutes ago. No problem, Charlie. There you go. I fixed you.
Idiot.
Sometimes give babies an irregular heartbeat as a result. Yeah, I'm done with this.
Hey, dude, even that picture is fucking creepy. Even that picture feels like it's like Charlie's house should be fucking searched by the FBI because he just posted that. And mine too now that I showed it. Like I just showed pedophilia on my fucking YouTube station. It's fucking weird, dude. Go to the next one. Go to the third one. This is fucking nuts, dude. Oh yeah, it sounds like Dom Perignon.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. What is this nonsense? Richard Fitzwell. Trump was forced to have a lockdown. Fuck that. He wasn't forced shit. He also said many times we can't shut the economy down. He caved to the pressure. Okay. He caved to the pressure, but he wasn't forced. I want to go with Manny Spiegel on that one.
So he either decided or he caved. It's still bad.
Still bad, yeah.
I don't want a leader that caves.
Now what, Richard? What you got? If this is pickleball, hit the ball back into your court.
Someone's going to bust an ACL.
Okay. Yeah, is that Goldberg? Trump is a character. Biden is a veggie. RFK is the people. Vivek is controlled op. Oh my goodness.
Wait, how would you say that about RFK?
I know.
His statements over Vivek. How does that?
Maybe RFK is the people because like he's got some of the shit right and some of it wrong. I don't know. Kayla, it's hard for most women to breastfeed. What makes men think they can do it by taking meds? I don't know. Is it hard for most women? It shouldn't be. Idea. I don't think it is. For most?
I think some people have difficulty with it.
Vindicate.
Exactly sure what it is, but
wait, say it again, Caleb.
I said I think some women do have difficulty breastfeeding, but I'm not 100% sure as to.
Yeah, some do for sure. Like the ones that are anorexic.
Sure.
Okay. Pool boy, politics are gay. Well, that explains why I like them so much. Sonny K, shit hurts. Oh, breastfeeding? Breastfeeding hurts? Oh, a tank reads, by that I mean he is the people he shows as a norm. He's still corrupt. Okay. Okay, here we go. One more, and then we get back to the show. Sleeky, breastfeeding is a rough road, even if you have a good supply and are fully equipped. Those first few weeks are fucking brutal. Oh, till like your titties get like desensitized from someone gnawing on them 24/7. I really enjoyed watching my wife breastfeed. The tits were crazy in the morning. Crazy. And then she had twins, so she produced twice as much milk. It's nuts. Okay. Everyone should see someone breastfeed. It changes your whole view on tits. Not in a bad way. In a good way. Okay, this first. Oh, this thing that we're... Oh, is this first? Is this third one what we're playing now that I said this first? Okay, here we go.
Yes.
This is a doctor. This
morning, I discovered that the CDC, listen closely here, the CDC, a formerly reputable, trusted institution in this country,
not true,
is now telling health providers that they need to assist their patients who are men living as women and who want to, I'm not making this up, they want to feed their infants from their chemically induced breast tissue. So the CDC is saying, all you providers out there, you have to know how to facilitate this to happen. And what this means, ladies and gentlemen, what this means is that these...
Hold on, hang on. Whoa, hang on. Just so I can understand. I'm just a stupid Mick. You're saying that men are breastfeeding children? Is that what you're talking about? A man would breastfeed a child? Is that what this means?
That is what we're talking about, except that it is not at all breastfeeding. What it is men who are being given medications that have as an adverse effect of the medication, an adverse effect, it creates, it causes their breast tissue to create a substance that is then excreted. So this is not breast milk.
Okay.
In any.
How are you still a Democrat? So I just want to drive home one more time. There's not one Republican, just like there were no Republicans that owned slaves. I'm not saying that there weren't racist Republicans. I'm not saying that there weren't Republicans who thought that they were better than black people. I'm not saying that there were Republicans who, I'm not saying any of that. Just saying there were no Republicans who owned slaves. There's no Republicans, not one, who agrees with this. Not one. This is all, like, this is why you have to jump off. If you're a Democrat, you got to, like, you got to tiptoe out of the room now. It's done. I'm not saying that there's no Republican pedophiles or ones that want to do this, or that there's no Republican trannies that are dying to breastfeed their kids. They're just not trying to make it okay and legalize it. Can everyone see the distinction here? There's a party in power that are president of the current country. They're trying to normalize pedophilia. This is nuts. I don't understand how this isn't like just everywhere in headline news. Unless I'm totally off, unless this isn't pedophilia, someone help me out. But I just don't trust men at all. If you're trying to do something to get someone to suck on your nipple, you're a I know way more Democrats. Oh, shut it, Mason. Shut your pie hole. Okay. 100. Let me address what Mason said real quick. I don't see any
Christian's comment. Jesus.
Whose? What?
Christian.
Yeah, he's not joking. Next, the Dems will say men can feed babies out of their penises. You're not even fucking joking. You're not even joking.
That's crazy.
You're not even fucking joking. The thing is that there's not one there's no politician who's running on this on the right. There's no piece of legislature that's going through from people on the right. They're trying to slow this down. I don't need to know a lot of Republicans or a lot of Democrats. I can just go look and be like, okay, the Democrats are saying that if you take pornography out of the elementary school, it's banning books. And the Republicans are saying you shouldn't teach kids pornography. And the media is presenting it to me that the Republicans are trying to do censorship. And then I do the discernment myself. No, it's actually not censorship. It's protecting kids from pornography. And if I want to read that book on how to groom kids, I can still get it at my local library or purchase it on Amazon. Jake Chapman, Sevi, I bought some genuine Armani socks from a market in Turkey for 50 cents. You jackass. They're smaller than the pack says. Do you want them? Yeah, send them to me. They probably have some sort of powder in them that's going to make me sterile. Okay, 100. How does anyone believe January 6th wasn't a stunt? Here we go. This was fucking great, too.
He immediately recoiled when you asked any questions about January 6th. And that was a tip-off to me. I mean, I had no thought in.
Tucker says the chief of the Capitol Police told him that the crowd on January 6th was filled with federal agents. He planned on airing that interview, but was canceled before he could do so. Okay, here we go.
Interesting.
My head, as I watched this happen on television and in the subsequent weeks, that U.S. law enforcement or military agencies had anything to do with it. That never crossed my mind. I never thought it was a false flag or anything like that. I'm not a conspiracist by temperament. I never thought that. And then I interviewed the chief of the Capitol Police, Stephen Sund, in an interview that was never aired on Fox, by the way. I was fired before it could air. I'm going to interview him again. But Stephen Sund was the totally non-political, worked for Nancy Pelosi. I mean, this was not some right-wing activist. He was the chief of the Capitol Police on January 6th. And he said, oh, yeah. That crowd was filled with federal agents. What? Yes. Well, he would know, of course, because he was in charge of security at the site. So the more time has passed, now it's been They immediately recoiled when you asked any questions about January 6th.
Yeah, I don't
And
understand
that was a
how
tip
anyone,
off to me. I mean, I had no.
I don't know the January 6th thing. Once again, I don't know how anyone. At most, you have to be like, okay, we're not hearing the full story. Like, you can't be like, and to call it an insurrection, you're just a full blown retard. There's just way too much footage of just people sitting around smoking weed, standing there, talking to cops. There's way too much weird shit of people opening doors, things being passed through windows, audio of the police and video of the police being like, we were set up. The lack of fire. I mean, dude, did you see what just happened in France? That's a fucking insurrection. Holy shit. Number 999. Let me know if anyone needs help understanding this. I'll try to explain it to them. Here we go. How are you guys on time? You good on time?
Yeah.
This is Malcolm X. Malcolm X. I think they call it an autobiography. His autobiography was written, which is kind of weird to say this, by a guy named Alex Haley. It's a great book. Changed my life. Changed the trajectory of my life. Incredible, incredible book. Highly recommend everyone read it. Here we go. Malcolm X.
The white liberal differs from the white conservative only in one way. The liberal is more deceitful, more hypocritical than the conservative. Both want power, but the white liberal is the one who has perfected the art of posing as the Negro's friend and benefactor. And by winning the friendship and support of the Negro, the white liberal is able to use the Negro as a pawn or a weapon in this political football game that is constantly raging between the white liberals and the white conservatives. The American Negro is nothing but a political football, and the white liberals control this ball through tricks or tokenism, false promises of integration and civil rights. In this game of deceiving and using the American Negro, the white liberals have complete cooperation of the Negro civil rights leaders, who sell our people out for a few crumbs of token recognition, token gains, token progress. The white liberal.
Listen to it as many times as you can till that shit sinks in. It's like, this show is basically just about just showing examples of that over and over and over, by the way. That's what this show has become. Number 96, the HIV restaurant. Fuck, I have an idea for Tia and Shane. Maybe they should go eat here at this place. This place looks awesome. Every chef at this place has been diagnosed with HIV. Just like, hold on. They wear rubber gloves. It's okay. They know what they're chefs. They're chefs. It's a Toronto restaurant. All the chefs here have HIV. Not a problem. Not a problem. A few of them even have like herpes and athlete's foot. One of them got lice. But you will know consistently across the board, all of them have HIV. Here we go.
Worms.
And here, once again, I don't have an issue with every chef there having HIV. I find it completely bizarre that it's the selling point of this restaurant. And it would make it so that I wouldn't go there. Like, this should set off a red flag to you. This is the epitome of virtue signaling. Okay, here we go.
Restaurant is opening in Toronto where all the food is made by chefs who have HIV. On June 14th, Dune's HIV Plus Eatery will host an evening of cocktails and a multi-course dinner prepared by people living with HIV. And in honor of Pride Month, all proceeds will go to Casey House, which is a hospital and center for people with HIV. Restaurant is open.
You think that's any different than most restaurants these days?
You think most of the chefs at most restaurants have HIV?
They've got more than HIV, I guarantee that.
There you go. I guess the most famous Instagram bodybuilder in the world just died. 30 years old. Like, this guy had like 9 million.
Joe Lindemann.
9 million followers. His name was Joe Aesthetics. Joe Aesthetics. He was an entrepreneur. Can you say the word entrepreneur for me? Did I say it right? Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur or preneur?
Preneur.
Preneur. Entrepreneur. That's like an entree that's made of manure. Entrepreneur.
They probably sell that at the HIV Plus restaurant.
Entrepreneur.
Sure.
Entrepreneur. So this dude is
9.4 mil.
Oh, is that what it is? So
Yeah,
there's an interview of him I have somewhere.
The one with Bradley Martin.
Oh, is that the guy who's from Will.i.am?
No. Bradley Martin's looks like this dude. Super yoked guy.
I know, but is he part of the Nelk Boys?
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Isn't Will.i.am part of the Nelk Boys?
No.
I am Will. Will does anything?
Steve will do it.
Steve will do it.
Steve will.
That's a swing and a miss.
Good Lord.
Ay. It's Steve will do it. What did I say? Will.i.am? Will will do it?
Yeah,
The dude from the Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, that's what I was
will do it versus what is it? Steve will do it?
Steve will do it.
Steve will do it.
Did I ever get it right even close? Did I ever say will do it?
No.
Oh, fuck.
But yeah, Bradley Martin, you're talking about when he's talking about his blood work and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got to find that interview somewhere. I think I have it somewhere in here. Oh, is that him? Yeah, as a young man? Wow.
No.
Damn. Striations in his chest are crazy, dude.
I need to fast more. Homeboy was a quadruple vax and he died at 30.
He's also taking a hell of TRT. He said he tried to cycle off of it, but then couldn't produce enough testosterone naturally, and went into a massive depression, and then had to start taking it again.
Steve will do it as part of the Nelk Boys. Bradley Martin is not part of the Nelk Boys. Bradley Martin owns Zoo Culture, Jim and but they're butt buddies.
Yeah, but Bradley Martin's on all the Nelk Boy podcast, the Full Send podcast and stuff.
Okay, yeah. Dude, come on, Burpee, dude. You're making it all confusing and shit. It's just close enough.
Yeah, and Bradley Martin and Steve will do it. Have been buddies for a long time, making content together and stuff.
It's like if a girl told you she was a 38D and then you find out she's a 36D and you call her on it. It's like, dude. Cool, chill. Let it slide.
Be like saying Hiller's not part of the podcast.
Oh, the Burpee dude just DM me the interview.
Good dude.
Let me see if I can.
That good Burpee dude.
Yeah, I didn't mean. Oh shit! Yeah, Hunter looks skinny. Holy shit, Hunter McIntyre looks skinny as shit. Speaking of being off the sauce. Oh, here it is. I'll text this to you, Caleb.
Okay.
Hey, you know what's weird? If I text you something and I don't have cell service and Bruce Wayne's on that thread, does it still go to you two and just not to him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because every time since he's green bubble, it's like you try to bring it up on your computer and it doesn't work.
Oh, okay. So I fucked up. Okay, Caleb, let me send it to you directly. Sorry.
I got it.
No, that worked.
Oh.
Got it. I just can never bring it up on you could bring it up on your computer, that thread?
Yeah, I can't either.
Yeah,
how'd you do that?
I don't know.
Oh. Okay, so he said, this guy on the right, Bradley Martin, says, did you get vaxxed? Okay, here we go. Action.
I got the vaccine.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Even 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Peer pressured into the vax?
Yeah, kind
Is
of.
that what you're saying?
I went to the doctor and I did my blood work again because I take my blood work all the time. And then I show it to the doctor and we kind of see these particles and I'm like, what is this? And then they all
No way,
this is
Shut the fuck up.
This is from this. And I'm like, oh my God. Reason why people, they die, they have these white blood clots. Tons of them in the blood everywhere. And so they're like, this is what you maybe have.
Did you get the vax?
So he got in this interview, he basically got He admits that he got the vaccine and 3 boosters, and that his doctor noticed in his blood work something was fucked up.
It's a lot of shit to be taken.
Yeah. Someone just texted me a crazy picture of Danny Spiegel.
Oh my goodness.
He's doing well this offseason.
Do you guys pin anything to the top of your Instagram accounts?
No.
I don't think I did.
I wouldn't even know what to pin. Okay, number 98. And it don't stop. Show it. It's on her Instagram. It's like she's standing like in front of a white couch or something. This is Matt Boudreau's Instagram account, owner of a bunch of acting academies. He's been on the podcast at least a couple times. Friends with Tim Kennedy. Pretty about as solid of a dude as you can get. This guy Matt Boudreau. Okay, here we go.
I am scared to death right now of what's happening in the policy world. I used to be able to arrest people
subtitles. Thank you.
as a federal agent for distributing the very materials that teachers are giving children at 3rd grade.
There's a movement to sexualize children.
Okay, pause it.
There's
Did you hear that? There it is again. He used to be able to arrest people, and now it's in our schools being given to 3rd graders for what he used to be able to arrest people for. So like you can't give would you get arrested if you drove by an elementary school and started handing out pornography magazines to the kids?
Fuck yeah.
That's
Should
illegal.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you do it under the guise of inclusivity and a certain angle, maybe not so much, huh?
Yeah. Bern, what are your thoughts on the normalization of marijuana in our society? Many athletes, influencers are promoting it now. Does any really good come from it? Every single person I know who's a stoner, every single one pretty much across the board is just, it has components to their personality that are annoying to no end, that have been caused from excessive marijuana smoking. And everyone knows it around them. And it's just like, yeah, it's no, it's fucking horrible. Burning anything and inhaling the fumes into your lungs is straight idiocy. If you want to be an adult and you want to fuck with it a little bit and whatever. I used to smoke a ton of weed. It's probably one of the only things I regret in my life is burning anything and inhaling into my lungs. It's fucking stupid. If you want to really fucking do cool shit and experiment with your life with like hardcore exercise, fasting, feats of strength, learn how to hold your breath for 6 minutes. Learn how to fucking juggle, ride a fucking unicycle, have a threesome with your fucking couple girls. Live your fucking life. Burning shit and like going chasing after that shit like I used to do. Just wake up and smoke weed all fucking day for 6 years of my life. Fucking idiocy. So stupid. Nobody looks back and is like, God, I'm glad I did that. Unless it's like, yep, it was good that I went to jail because in jail I invented something and came out and got rich. I mean, there's like those. But it's all of it just fucks with your head. It's not yeah, don't fuck with your brain, especially when you're young. There's some great lessons and maybe opening up and things you can learn, If you're really uptight and one day you get drunk and fucking decide to take off all your clothes and run out into the ocean and you're like, wow, I'd have never done that if I'd gotten drunk, and you got a lesson from it and you're like, okay, I can now try that when I'm sober. Or if you do mushrooms one time and you're like, wow, there's a world that I don't know about, and you want to try to get to that world through fucking hiking the Himalayas with your eyes closed, then so be it if it inspires you. But this necessity to be on this shit, no, it's fucking it's complete douchebaggery. It's weakness. So fucking weak. All the drugs are like that. Sugar, alcohol, marijuana, cocaine, fentanyl, all the shit is stupid. 98% stupid.
chemical imbalance in your brain.
Now I sound like an old guy.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we? Anyway, I got some old weed if someone needs some. God, it smells so good, and it's so fun to fucking so fun to smell. God, every time I smell it too. I just want to smoke it. Tank Reeves, kind of like taking unproven peptides? Question mark. Oh, you're asking me? No, actually, nothing like that. That might just be. Yeah, thank you. There it is. Anyone who wants to try the peptides I'm taking. I'm shooting BPC 157 into my arm. I'm a study of one. There's a big difference between me doing that and me smoking weed every day. I think. I mean, I'm open. I don't think it's changed my. I think it's just made it so that I'm healing faster here. I'm giving my body a chance to heal faster here. No weed. This is one of the first years where no weed has popped up in the yard. It's kind of weird. Coke is fun. God, Coke is fun. Yeah, no doubt. Holy shit.
Until it's not.
Yeah, caffeine.
Blade signature. Same.
The first time I did a strict muscle up, the first time I did a pull up, I was high on ecstasy.
What?
Yeah, first time I ever did a pull up in my life. High as fuck on Molly. Someone showed me how to do it. I was high on Molly. Have you tried the penis shrinking peptides? Okay, number 98. Sorry, here we go. Back on track here.
That's one we just did.
Oh, we did. Okay. 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 Can we keep? Did we play very much of it? Can we keep playing it? Is there more? Let's go back. Sorry, I distracted myself.
Movement, I would call it the mutilation of young children.
The scary part for me is once you start empowering children with the ability to consent to that, there's nothing that you're going to have left. Once you've taken away all the science and the moral foundations that built this nation, and the laws start codifying around this new strange concept, there's nothing that's going to stop you from now saying that a child who's 13 can consent to sex with a 50-year-old pedophile.
So long as there's demand for this, supply is going to continue.
At least if we could reduce the demand side of things, I feel that is something that needs to be done.
It's a multi-pronged approach. Any way that we can partner on this, whatever this looks like from our standpoint, we are all in, man.
I am scared.
That's it. No, there's a movie out. I haven't seen it yet. A Mel Gibson. Is it a Mel Gibson movie? The movie with the pedophile movie. I haven't seen it yet. The child trafficking movie. Bernie Gannon, thank you for answering my question. I completely agree. Although any pushback on recreational drugs is an unpopular opinion. Yeah, it is. Totally. But I'm just saying the truth. Like I'm just saying the truth. I'm not pushing back on it. Like I'm not pushing back on it like I'm pushing back on pedophilia. Like that's like fucking put those people on a rocket ship and launch them out in outer space with a bunch of water. I'm not saying that, but it's just a fact that if you do a shitload of smoke weed, if you become addicted to weed, you're fucked up. You're not going to be happy. You're going to regret it, or you're a fucking liar. It's just the way it is. Like no one, anything you're attached to takes away from your happiness. It's pulling away from you. There's an arguing with reality and what's real, what's really right in front of you. Anytime you're arguing with reality, unhappiness is starting to settle in. That's where it happens. You don't want to be dependent on that shit. Even every morning, the cup of coffee you have every single fucking morning, Sevi. And then the second one, and then the third one. And it's just like, come on, dude, really? Sound of Freedom, yeah. Has anyone seen this?
Mm-mm.
What's the irony is it looks like two gay guys with their son.
Yeah. Wrong cover choice there, huh?
It's Brokeback Mountain.
Stop drinking. Yeah, there you go. Stop drinking. Oh, this person must be like further back in the show. It's called Preserving Race Integrity. Meaning like if you're a Jew and you only want to fuck Jews or whatever. Yeah, I agree. I would encourage people to stop drinking. Nobody regrets it. 100%. I've never woke up in the morning and been like, fuck, I should have had one more beer before I went to bed. Never. But the other way has happened a million times. I'm like, shit, I shouldn't drink so much. Although not so much anymore. Dana White promoted that movie on his Insta. Oh, that's awesome.
Mm.
Matt Burns, just getting out of church, prayed for you all. Thank you.
Thank you. That's nice.
Jeremy E. World. I was okay with the anti-weed, anti-alcohol, anti-black man talk, but anti-coffee? No way. That's too far. Here we go. Weed dependence definitely does not induce lasting real happiness. I would recommend anyone read Authentic Happiness by Martin Seligman, True Joy versus Pleasure. Okay. Kamala Harris back. 94. I like the comments. Here we go. Okay. Death before decaf. Wow, that's a great shirt.
Damn.
I think that's a Black Rifle shirt already. So.
Oh, is it? Makes sense. That's a good line.
I think culture is a reflection of our moment and our time, right? And present culture is the way we express how we're feeling about the moment. And we should always find times to express how we feel about the moment that is a reflection of joy, because it comes in the morning. We have to find ways to also express the way we feel about the moment in terms of just having language and a connection to how people are experiencing life. And I think about it in that way too. Well, I think
I didn't understand what was.
Question. Yeah, I know. White guy in the back. When you say it comes in the morning, what were you referencing? The worst fucking thing in the world. That's not true. Something that's not a big deal but drives me crazy. That's better. Is I know I can hear the roosters in my neighborhood are awake, so I know it's almost time for me to wake up and I have to take a piss. And I don't want to get up and disturb like the last 15 minutes of my sleep, but I also have to take a piss. And it's like this fucking dilemma that happens at least once a week. And I haven't solved the problem. Sometimes I get up and pee, but you get up and pee and then you come back and you get back in bed. And by the time I readjust the little dying dog that's in my bed and push one of my kids away, I finally get snuggled. And the second I nod off, I hear my alarm go off. I'm like, fuck. But if I don't get up and pee, it just have this fucking raging, fucking massive hard cock, just 10 inches of just iron, just fucking annoying me for the last 15 minutes of my sleep. What the fuck to do?
Oh my goodness.
I'm open. Oh, well, thank you, Caleb. The phrase joy. Caleb Beaver, this is his contribution to the show as we get into the second hour and 14 minutes. The phrase joy comes in the morning is found in the Bible in Psalms. Oh, from what she said, it comes in the morning. Okay, thank you. The phrase joy comes in the morning is found in the Bible in Psalms 30-5. It says, weeping may last through the night, but joy comes in the morning. This verse is a reminder that our troubles are only temporary and that eventually we will experience joy again.
I have no idea if that's what she was trying to say, but
I'm not even sure that makes sense right there, that interpretation of it. I think the Buddha says it better. This shall pass.
Yeah.
Anicca. Hey, fuck you.
Damn, Captain Rogers is a good-looking man.
Subtract 6 inches for the real number. That's not even his real picture.
Catfish.
That's a fucking imposter. Yeah, Kevin. Peeing comes in the morning. Psalm's wrong. Okay. 92. Oh, I don't know what that one is that's just dangling there in the middle. Oh. Okay, yeah. This is just a meme. You can go to that bottom one first. Democrats devastated as Supreme Court bans racism. Isn't that bizarre? Isn't Democrats devastated as Supreme Court bans racism? DEI councils it's a euphemism for some a portion of your company that enforces racism. Fucking weirdos. Okay. Enough of that nonsense. Well, that's cool. That's kind of fun, right? That they did that. Our Supreme Court banned racism.
Good for them.
Step in the right direction.
Token black guy. Have we had this guy on the show? Number 92. If not, we should have this guy on the show. I wonder if he's hard to get.
What are you talking about? 92.
Oh, 92? Says autism.
Oh.
And then and then it says token black guy. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Action.
How many children or people are totally unvaccinated? Is that where do you find? Is it just the parents that stepped up and said? I would think that's a very small percentage because so many of us blindly followed, the recommendations to vaccinate children.
Yeah, it's less than 1% of the public. So the Amish are a perfect example of a large group of people who are largely unvaccinated. And there's no we can't find an autistic kid who was unvaccinated. It's very, very rare in the Amish community. Very, very rare. You won't find kids with ADD, with autoimmune disease, with panda pans, with epilepsy. You just don't find any of these chronic diseases in the Amish. And the U.S. government has been studying the Amish for decades, but there's never been a report out to the public. The reason, of course, is it would show that, if you don't follow our guidelines, you're going to end up healthier. That's why there's no report after decades of studying the Amish. There's no report because the report would be devastating to the narrative. It would show that the CDC has been harming the public for decades and saying nothing and burying all the data.
How many children?
Go look it up. It's funny. I did go down that rabbit hole a little bit about the Amish. And from what I could quickly find, I didn't spend too much time. He's not exactly accurate. They take significantly less injections, but I want to say that the study that I looked at, or the report that I looked at, is only 13% were completely uninjected. I need to keep looking. I can't imagine Amish people letting their kids get injected with anything because I sure as fuck wouldn't allow it. This is not true right here. This is not true. Have you ever had blue balls, Sousa? Are you familiar with the? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a story you can tell? You want to tell the story?
Not particularly, no.
Caleb, have you ever had them?
Probably.
They're crazy people. And Sousa, let me ask you this question without are you familiar that with once they come, you can't just jerk off and ejaculate and they go away? It's not like you can release pressure off. Are you also aware of that?
Yeah, I experienced that as well too. Although it didn't go away, but it was painful. Yeah.
Very painful.
Yeah.
This this girl, I think I was a sophomore in high school, 15. She came to my house. We were walking home together, and she came to my house and she climbed into bed with me, and we just hung out in there. And probably like after 40 minutes, she left. And like we were just laying there, you know what I mean? Like we weren't like doing anything. We just like I just took her in my room. We climbed into my cover and we're just laying there.
That's all it takes, man. You just gotta.
And dude,
spinning all the thoughts in your head about like I'm gonna make a move. Maybe if I slide closer. Oh, did her foot touch mine? Was that a sign?
Yes? Yes.
Closer.
Are you there?
A little closer. Put my hand here. How does she react? Okay.
Were you there?
I go further. Does she want me to go further? Oh, she's got to go now. Okay.
Oh shit! My foot's not touching her leg. That's just the bedboard. Fuck.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Caleb was deployed. He's definitely had blue balls. Yeah. What? Jeff? Have your wife rub her hand on the back of your penis just like this, like one of these, like graze it every 5 minutes for like 40 minutes. And that's it. That's all the stimulus you get. Tie your hands behind your back. Let me know what happened. Dude, what a crazy phenomenon, right?
Interesting. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, look at here. Does shit stink? Yeah. Women do sometimes have legitimate reasons for thinking men are dumb. I hear you.
Don't disagree there.
But what a poor design of the scrotum. That it can't yeah.
Hey, when you look at like the chemical structure, I guess the hormone raging that happens in the adolescence as men reach puberty, especially from like that age of like, 14, 15 to like before 25, just under 25.
Yeah.
It makes me innately think that like by our nature, we're all just kind of evil. Like not good naturally.
What do you
Because dude, if you just let that shit rage, you're gonna be like punching people in the face, like groping women, and just like
listen. But
raging,
Sousa,
dude.
if there was not an abundance of food and water, and your primary necessity was to get food and water every day, that shit would get mitigated.
Dude, you see it all the time. Even when people are being fired a bunch in companies, all of a sudden people who you thought were your best friends are turning around and saying, "Hey, you should fire this guy." And all they're
No. What I mean is, like you would spend your energy differently. What I'm saying is like we have a lot of time. Like you're not going to come home from work at fucking noon, eat lunch and pop up your iPhone and watch some Pornhub if it's 500 years ago.
Yeah, that's very true.
You know what I mean? Because you're like, fuck, I only got enough food here. Winter's coming and I only have enough food stored for a week.
Yeah, but
Right?
what I mean by like innately evil is like all of a sudden that thought creeps in like, hey, the people in the tent next to me have food.
Oh, right.
That dude's smaller than I am.
Right.
And guess what? I want to bang and he has a wife and I don't.
Okay.
So now I just go pillage that tribe, take all your shit, take your women,
Yeah.
and then transfer all your resources to me. That's human. That is the string.
Transfer all your resources.
Right?
Your food and your vagina and kill your kids.
No, your kids become slaves. And then the other ones become part of your military. The boys become part of your military.
I don't. I've never had. My wife would, when my wife was breastfeeding in the morning, her boobs would hurt because they'd be so full of milk, and that's what blue balls are. It feels like your balls are so full that they're gonna pop, but there's nothing you can do. You just kind of have to go. You have to go to bed. You have to go to sleep. You have to sleep it off. There's nothing you can do.
You gotta walk it off.
Yeah, you gotta try to walk it off. It's crazy. What was Jeff thinking saying those aren't real?
He maybe just was.
Hey, and that's probably the smartest guy in the room. That guy probably does science.
Science.
Okay, how can you have blue balls when you're under the cover with a chick because you're 14 or 15? You don't know. No, you can't rub one out. There's no. It's too late. Once they settle in, You ever wonder? You ever like think of like if a poisonous snake like bit you on like here in the arm? It's probably a question for Caleb. How quickly, like if it bit you here on the wrist, right? Like how quickly, like if I cut my arm off right away, am I good to go?
I mean, yeah, if you did it right away, but it depends on the venom of the snake too, because if the snake is like one of those super poisonous ones, it could move very quickly. But if it's just like
the blood, like the poison can move very quickly through your body.
Correct.
Man,
Congeal all your blood.
Chop your arm off and you die.
That's like a joke my dad used to tell like way back in the day, and he would say like, "Oh, these two guys are hiking, and one guy stops to take a pee, and the snake bites him in the dick." And he goes, "Oh, I just got bit. You need to call the doctor." So he calls the doctor, and the doctor says, "Hey, yeah, the only thing you do is you got to suck it right out of there quickly to try to reduce the amount of venom." And then the guy hangs up the phone. He turns to his buddy who got bit, and he goes, "What'd the doctor say?" And he goes, "Oh, the doctor said you're gonna die."
Your dad told you that?
Yeah, just like an old joke. He didn't use the word dick. He used the word pecker. Make it more palatable.
How old were you with the first time you heard that joke?
I don't know. Late
had you had blue balls yet?
I don't remember the chronological order, but I'm sure.
91, Freedom. Jessica Valenzuela, I love crude humor. Some people become cops because they want to help people. Jessica just wanted to hang out with guys who tell dirty jokes. Pecker.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, what is this? Epididymal hypertension. Oh, that must be the scientific phrase for blue balls. Epididymal?
Must be.
Hypertension. See? Yeah, it is like a hypertension. There's some crazy tension.
Proved he's the smartest one in the room again.
Well, let me pull up that link.
Oh, 91, it won't?
No. I see the tweet, but I can't see the video.
Oh, I got it. Here you go. This one's totally this is so fucking inappropriate. I don't know how to make it get big. But this is a guy pulls up to this woman at a supermarket and his ass look, this is crazy. This is in the UK.
That is not real.
Here we go.
Do you know where the chip shops is? What? The chippy. Sorry. That's right. Do you know where they do bats? Is that right there? Yeah. Turn left. If you see a sign, yeah. Say the bloody fish bar. Do they do chicken breast?
I do.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna get a chicken breast.
Cheers,
you. Love.
Bye. Bye. Have a good night.
Hey, kudos for those guys for bringing her over and talking to her.
That's good thinking. By the way, that underboob thing is like a trend now. A lot of underboob being shown.
Really?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, especially like at those fucking outdoor drug concerts. You know, like Coachella's and the fucking whatever. Yeah, we all do drugs in a desert. So many shots I would see, and it's all underboob.
Nice.
It's nice. It's nice. It's nice.
Perfect.
Bernie Gannon, is that Sporty Beth? No. I think so. She's not English. Oh, is she English?
Yeah, she is.
Jan Clark, I know that lady. He's English, right?
Yeah.
Caleb couldn't pull that up because his wife has like a censorship. I
got my VPN on. It just didn't work.
No lower tits showing on his computer. Number 90, The Cult. Oh, we're crushing right now.
I know this one has to be my last one. I got to get ready for the gym.
This guy, Will Roosh, was on the show, and I'm trying to get this guy on the show. This is a Navy SEAL he's talking to who went through transition and became Kristen Beck and then switched back to a dude again.
Indian giver.
Yeah, basically. And it's pretty amazing. Okay, here we go.
I want to rescue kids right now by saying the transgender cult is a cult. It's a religion of transgenderism. The overarching religion is transhumanism. They want people to think that people can make themselves better You can't. The perfect being, the perfect human is God made right when you're born. You're corrupted after that. And if you think surgery and you think all this stuff is making you a better human, you're kidding yourself. You know, it's not an agenda. It's a cult. This is not godly. It's a cult. It's a satanic cult. And I'm going to try to help any kid out there that you're not broken. You're beautiful the way that you were made. The way you were born is beautiful because you were born that way. You're born in God's image. Don't corrupt God's image. You know, it's the best you could ever do. Surgery ruined me. It messed my face up. It messed this up. It made my life shorter. I'm not going to be on this earth as long as I could have because of the surgeries, because of the pills, because of hormones. Doctors are experimenting on you right now. They tell you they know what they're doing. They're lying. This is all experimentation. Show me the long-term data on puberty blockers.
Yeah.
You know where they get the long-term data from?
Prisons.
Prisons, you know.
No.
It was all castration,
Chemical castration.
pills and medicine. That's the long-term data. It's from prisoners getting castrated, pedophiles getting castrated. That's what you're giving your kids right now.
If you enjoyed this clip, check out.
Thank you for watching the show. I know it's not the funnest show today, but it's really tripping to me, and I want to make sure at least it's documented here that we're taking our first step from the United States government, the CDC, legalizing pedophilia. Not only that, but encouraging it. Pool Boy will get the final word today. In reference to underboob becoming a trend to show, he says, "Why can't there be under dick? Why can't under dick be a thing?" And then someone else actually said it a little better than him. I think Jay Hartle said it. Oh yeah, here we go. Well, why can't we just walk around showing a little dick root? I think that means.
Oh no.
That would, for those of you who don't know, that would be like where the penis starts to come out of the body. That would be kind of an interesting trend, dick root. All right, love you guys. Tomorrow, the show will be on.